Everyone's almost in. Hello and welcome to ALR Season 3 Round 8 USA. And yeah, it's going to be a good race. Luckily we managed to get the stream up in time this week. In fact a bit early so we can make sure it works for everyone. Sam's first, of course he is. We're just going to have a little bit of waffle of the track and talk about it before the session starts. So yeah, I mean we've had a couple good races in gold and silver, some incidents, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the track. It's not a track that I like personally, but I know a lot of people do. Do you like it?
I think it's kind of like a Silverstone 2.0.
Really?
A little bit. I mean, I think it's a really nice circuit. It's again, it's kind of
It's
like
a difficult one. It's got a lot of to it.
yeah. I mean, I quite like it because it reminds me a bit like Japan in the sense that it's a really nice flowing track to do a qualifying lap around. Especially if you get that first sector right, it's just really sweet, and there is actually quite a lot of other places to overtake with different lines and everything. So yeah, I think it would be interesting to see if the drivers have been practicing and maybe paying attention to the streams from the last couple of days to see what strategies and stuff is going. I know that Real Johnny's asking. But I know the ideal strategy, as Diashi's pointed out, is medium to softs or softs to mediums.
It is a tricky one though.
Yeah, you are in the puncture territory, as we did see last night. Nigel, the season 1 champion. I mean, he obviously clearly didn't do his research and got a puncture with a couple laps to go, which I kind of called when I was watching it. I think he was on about 12 laps, 13 laps on his softs, and you could just see that they weren't going to make it because they literally, you saw the timing that he hit a wall. And it was about 2 seconds at one point, and then by the end of the lap it was like 3.5, and it was just dropping literally like a tenth every second. And when you get that, you probably got about 30 seconds, 40-ish seconds to probably hope that you can get to the pits or make it to the line in time. But yeah.
Yeah, for me as well, last night, obviously I chose to go on the mediums after my U softs. And although obviously they're a faster tyre, and they would make it to the end, there's a lot of low traction zones across the track, and especially later on, even though the pace was still in the medium tyre, I feel like hards might have been a good shout because okay, they would go longer, I could push harder on it after watch them so much. I feel like that might have been a good shout because I know, a couple people I was racing against went on the hards and ended up like gaining that time across the distance rather than the out of that pace of being able to catch at the start. So it's what if you prefer as well. Like I struggle around this track anyway around traction, so it could have just been a me thing sort of thing. So, but yeah, obviously tracks like this with different strategies do make it a lot more fun rather than the boring. Oh, it's soft medium, so you know what everyone's going to do. So yeah, that makes it a little bit more interesting.
We did see a few drivers last night try two stop, and I don't think it is as quick. But if you kind of get lucky with the timing of VSCs or stuff. On Sunday for me, obviously we had an early safety car around lap 5 or 6, so obviously I put on the hard tyres from then because they could go to the end, and then I got again lucky with the timing of a virtual safety car literally just before the last corner, so dove into the pits and tried something a bit different, kind of like a Hamilton Hungary or what was it? Spain.
Spain just now.
Obviously make that extra pit stop and hope that the other person's tyres would degrade faster than you could catch them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the strategy is a little bit mixed around it, just because, like we said, that the tyre wear is quite a lot. I know the delta between the mediums and the softs in Q2 is about 1.3 seconds. So the grid's quite close in bronze. So it's going to be interesting to see who's got the pace to make it through on the mediums, because they are ideal to start on. Because again, if there's an early safety car, you can still go on to the hards to the end, and if there's not a safety car, then you could just do the normal strategy and go to the softs at the end. And obviously being on the softer tyre at the end of the race on this game is the overpowered strategy.
Yeah,
in
any
fuel,
race. It's so much class.
Yeah, the tyres don't wear out as much, and you've got the grip advantage on every other driver.
But like you said though, sometimes it's worth starting on those softs. It means getting into Q3 so you have track position.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
I'd always try and make it into Q3 unless it's a track like China or something where you don't want to touch the softs.
Yeah.
And you just want to go out on the mediums again. But around here, you can start on the softs. So if you're struggling to make it through, we'll put on the softs, and it will upset the quicker drivers at the top as well because the delta is so big. Unless they're 1.3 seconds quicker than you, then you're probably likely go ahead of them.
hopefully next game the hard tire glitch will be fixed, so maybe we can see some of those faster drivers starting on the hards.
It's not races. A glitch. It's just the way that the rules have changed now.
Oh, you can't start on hards?
You can't select them in Q2 to make it through, no.
What, in just general? Or?
Well, when you select it's just...
Oh, right.
It's just the rules now.
But that would be interesting, like, to see if, especially like...
Well, I don't think you'd see it a lot anyway. I mean, after Sunday, the delta was, well, I would have only just about made it through on medium, so there would have been no hope on hard. So
True.
It's just wasting time for the race, essentially. But
also, we're now in the session. If anyone could give us a weather update for the race,
it does look a bit gloomy.
It does, but it did kind of yesterday.
On Sunday, it did as well.
Well, we had a wet Q1 for silver yesterday, but then it dried up in Q2 and Q3. But it did look sort of like gloomy even in Q2. So if we get like a weather update from everyone. Just read some of the comments.
Yeah, she's just
all dry. Okay, that's good. All right. Well, we got Sam obviously saying first, misspelt it first, and then he said first second time. Obviously, Real Johnny saying strategy, but I think Diashi's answered that. But yeah, good to see Diashi filling in again. Brilliant to see him race. I think he's racing, isn't he? Is he reserving today? Just be careful. Just take that out. If you just press it in. Yeah, sorry there, the controller went off. But yeah, so I don't know if Diashi is reserving tonight. I haven't seen the reserves list.
It doesn't look like he is.
Oh no, he's not. Well, hopefully he can reserve soon.
Sir Dave does have a qualifying ban though, I do know that.
Yeah, that's someone from Russia, because I don't think what race was it last week?
Japan.
Yeah, he didn't race last week, so he's serving his qualifying ban today. We've got some action out on track, just people on out laps, getting ready for it. Booty Delight, who had a good race last week, getting points again.
Yeah, he got that P10, that final points playing position, and he's starting to rack up points now and hopefully getting out of the relegation zone, which I'll finish to get the standards up and have a look.
Yeah, so it's brilliant. It's good getting him getting points. I'm sure Sean will be a bit worried if he catches him in the standings. That'd be funny, because obviously it's Ginger Rage's nephew. But yeah, so I'm not sure what the first car's going to come round is. This is Alfa Romeo.
Oh yeah, Booty Delight has now got 3 points, so he is out of the relegation zone.
Yeah.
Which is leaving Smithy O'Reilly, Sir Dave and Silent Shifting in the relegation. But it is looking quite close to the bottom. I mean, ALR Vintage is only in 14th on 8 points, so whether or not he's going to feel like he's safe. There is obviously only 3 races to go. Well, 4 including this, I suppose.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's still lots of points up for grabs. So
definitely.
Hopefully, some of the drivers can get some points on the board and move up and down the order. It'd be quite good. But obviously, the America's track obviously was first seen in 2012, and Hamilton had an amazing race there that year. I remember it vividly. Obviously, I think it was Vettel that he overtook towards the end of the Grand Prix, and it was an amazing win because obviously Hamilton's it's kind of like his second home track was America.
Yeah, Kimi Räikkönen's had a good win there as well.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, obviously
that was his last win, I think, as well.
Yeah, it was, and it was his first win in God knows how long before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to see some of these drivers to see what they can do. Kamara Racer's just starting his lap now.
I think the other Alfa Romeo is as well is Chappie, I think.
Yeah.
Or Crystal May. No, it's
Chappie. It's Booty. Alpha Tauri. Oh, sorry, did you say Alfa Romeo?
Yeah, Alfa Romeo. He's the first one that started a lap, so...
Yeah, we'll stick on board with him. He's just coming, just about to start. Well, sorry, just coming down the back straight now. And such a long straight. This is probably like one of the best places to overtake, because it's that long DRS straight, and you can just throw it down the inside in this corner. You can kind of cut this corner a lot more than you think. You can kind of use the bollard on the left-hand side there as a reference point. As long as you don't hit that, you won't invalidate it. So maybe that's a little cheeky hint,
tip,
and hint to the drivers out there. But you can pretty much cut that curb. As long as you don't hit the bollard, you can pretty much ride over the curb completely with all 4 wheels.
For me, though, it's and this track is getting those traction zones right to get a good start. Because, like you said, that straight is the perfect overtake opportunity. But that's such a tight corner, and you can easily lose the back end and lose traction.
As Jamie has retired from the session,
Is he crashed?
I think he might be in the pits. I'm not quite sure what's happened to him.
He's in the pits. There's a McLaren on track, but it's obviously his teammate Real Johnny's reserving today. So I don't know if he's had a qualifying ban. I'll just check.
No, I don't think he has. I think it was only. Is it Cryptic Alibi that's got a Q2 ban as well? Someone has. I'm not. But it definitely wasn't him. But yeah, Chappie's done a 1:31.4, setting the pace out so far. But Real Johnny, talking about the McLarens, he does go into P1, only just marginally ahead of Chappie on a 1:31.4 as well. But then we're going to have, Marvsky just about to start a lap, because he's just about to start his lap now.
Oh, Diashi is reserving in the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, and the racing point. Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't see you there, Diashi. I think Jordan Hassel is making his debut. I don't think I've seen him race in ALR before, unless it's under a different name or something. But yeah, he's going to be making his debut tonight for the Renault team, so hopefully he can get some points on the board. Once again, I'll try and not be biased and tell Etta to shut up like I did last week.
Sean like that. Oh, Ginger Age, sorry.
Booty Delight is invalidating this lap, so hopefully he's he's turned everything down, and hopefully he's going to go for another lap after that. I'm not quite sure what happened to Jamie, whether or not he has just retired in the pits or not. But I
do like Booty Delight's helmet. Kind of like keeping the family tie with Ginger Age, keeping a pink helmet.
They do love a pink helmet, don't they?
Yeah.
Now Dylan's on his out lap, so obviously the usual quick customers are starting to come out on the track now that obviously the track's rubbing in a little bit and got a bit of track temp inside. Obviously Dylan got his first win. Was it his first win?
I think he's won before, but...
Well, it might be his first pole.
Might be his first one, actually.
Might have been his first pole. I know it was one of the two.
You'll have to ask the stats man, Ginger Age.
He's obviously leading the championship now as well.
Reflection had a good race last week as well. So did Cryptic Alibi at 4th. I think he started 19th.
Yeah, he was right.
Brilliant comeback.
And I think he might have been 20th and Leclerc was 19th, I think, potentially.
Maybe, yeah.
One other way around. But they both had really good races from the back, obviously. It's a hard track to overtake was Japan, so they did really well to get that far up the order. But I don't think Leclerc is racing.
He's not racing.
So that's going to be huge for Dylan in the championship. So he needs to just get some form of points on the board. The more the merrier for Dylan, because obviously with his championship rival of Leclerc not here, it's a prime opportunity to put a dagger in the wound and throw some salt in the wound. As
well as Marvsky not having a good race last week, he'll want to have a good.
He has said as well that obviously he's got a new job or something, and he hasn't had a lot of time to practice. So Dylan really needs to take this by the scruff of the neck and kind of make the most of this situation, I think, because this could be crucial for him within the next 3 rounds.
He's doing good for Team Williams, though. Also talking about his teammate. I'm not sure if we've had Ginger Age come out yet. He's still in the pits. Yeah,
but we have seen the likes of Sammy come out and do a lap. He's gone into P3 done a 32.3. So it's quite a bit off the pace, what Sammy should be quite happy with, because we saw him got pole position last week, wasn't it? I think from Sammy, maybe, or was it P2? I know he was right up there. No, he was P2.
Yeah.
He obviously had that the glitch where you can't take control of your car. So I still think Sammy, hopefully, he hasn't really had a lot of luck in the races with not loaded his setup and then that. So I think Sammy's going to obviously be a bit more hopeful for this week. But Real
Johnny's done a decent time to start off. He's looked quick in when I've seen him. I think he reserved in Singapore in bronze, and
as Booty Delight has gone into 5th position on a 1:32.6 as well.
That's pretty good. Obviously, you can improve that in a later
comparing that to other drivers' times, only about 3 tenths off Sammy. So I think Booty would be quite Booty would be happy with that, but I think Sammy is probably going to be quite disappointed with his lap, and he's probably going to be going again. As I do see a racing point actually now, just about to cross the line. Yeah, Sammy improved his lap by a fair amount there. So. That's a bit more better than for Sammy, but I still think he's probably got a bit more time in the bag there. But when they see what Dylan can do, obviously the championship lead, 2 tenths quicker than Real Johnny. That's a good lap there by Dylan, really showing us what he can do.
Chappie's just gone 3rd, I think.
No, he's in the pits. It's Roscoe just going into 5th position.
And Diashi's just gone 2nd.
Yeah, he's lucky. He must be pretty happy with that lap, because he's I think he's weaving with a bit of happiness there. As Mushrooms asked, who's reserving apart from Bashi Harry?
I will get that information.
And I think, by the looks of it, it's Jordan Hassel, and Real Johnny and Diasha, I think, are the 3 reserves.
and
That's just the 3, I think. Um,
and Chappie, I think. Oh no, Chappie got a full seat now.
Yeah, but yeah, Dylan's obviously setting the pace so far, and Kamara Race has only just gone marginally behind him as well. Obviously, we've still got Crystal Maze, who's he's quicker. He's quick on this game, so he's just on an outlap. So I think he's going to be looking to get into the low 131s. Is Crystal Maze to get amongst these guys here? So I think again we're going to see the usual customers at the top of the grid. Once again, of the likes of Dylan, Kamara, Raisha, Diashi obviously reserving, but he's preserved a few times now. I'm pretty sure Crystal Maze will probably be able to put that Ferrari up there as well. And Roscoe is a bit of a disappointing time. He's probably going to want to get better lap time on the board there, P7. I mean, he probably should be safe with that time, but you never know in Formula 1, as they always say, don't they? Vintage has had a bit of a spin, which is quite easily done there, to be honest, because like Adam was saying about the low traction zones, there's a lot of them around here, and that's one of the more ones there's a slight banking as well, and it's really quite easy to lose the rear end of the car, as we did see Nico Rosberg do in 2017 or 18, I think. No, was it Bottas? No, it was Rosberg. So it must have been 2007, 16. One of the years it was Rosberg, I remember. And yeah, obviously Hamilton won the championship that day because of that small mistake. So yeah, it is really easily done there. We'll stick on board with Crystal Maze because he's just about to start his lap. We'll probably run you through this lap, but yeah, obviously it's a long old run down to turn 1. It's not one of the ones you kind of want to be starting on pole position just because you're on the right hand side compared to the left. But yeah, you don't want to brake too late into this corner because you end up losing all of that speed going there. And Crystal Maze has clipped the apex of turn 1 quite nicely and then start the run down the hill through the kind of Silverstone-esque first sector, and you can pretty much go full throttle up until this point where you slam on the brakes, go down 2 gears, and then you start up the uphill section of the track again, which is quite a difficult part because of the way that the track cambers and banks. But now you're going down the hill, the start of sector 2. And again, it's another difficult braking zone as he's just gone a little bit wide there, not quite clipped the apex, gets on the power, and then it's a long old straight now down to the heavy braking point. He's got that DRS open and he's just a waiting game now of getting to the braking point, probably braking at about the 150 board marker there, turning the car in, and he's clipped the apex there quite nicely. Someone's knocked off the bollard there, someone's been going quite aggressive into that there. And then this part of the circuit is a really nice place overtaking the race because you can throw it up the inside, up into this corner here that I was talking about with Rosberg, where he used the traction there. And then we've got the Verstopper there on the right hand side. This long sweeping double right hander, triple right hander even, kind of almost. And then these last 2 corners is a double left hander, quite a fast left hander that one is. And then they're coming up to the final corners. Looks like a relatively clean lap by Crystal Maze. It's probably going to be a low 131, I presume. Yeah, 31 dead, so that's a really good time there from Crystal Maze.
Is that track evolution maybe kicking in now?
Yeah, definitely. And I think Crystal Maze could just have his car looked really, really, really stable through that first sector. So I think he's probably running maybe a higher downforce setup. I think it's about 4.7 wings is what I was using on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it felt really stable. So whether or not he's got a more comfortable setup on compared to the rest, or he's just nailed that lap. But it did look a really good lap other than the braking zone just before the back straight. But yeah, RD Wee just come out of nowhere there, and he's put the Red Bull up onto the second row of the grid.
That's a very impressive time.
Yeah, RD Wee is.
Be happy with that.
He's a quick guy. I mean, I've raced with him before, and he's definitely got the pace. He just doesn't have the time to practice a lot of the time, I don't think. And that just shows us what he can do. I think when he gets the lap in, he's definitely got the talent there. It's just whether or not he has the time to unlock that pace in the car. And that's really good from him to be up all the way in P2. That's a cracking job. He's not getting nicely out of the way there of a couple of these drivers. I think that might be Theo there who's on his lap. Theo had a bit of a disappointing race last week. He's his 13th in the championship, but I feel like he's had a relatively pretty good season so far. He's just not really scored too many points. Obviously I think personally so far we've had the overtaking the season by Theo back in Spa when he did that really, really nice switchback move in the wet. And we got a really nice view of it. But yeah, I think Theo should be aiming to get out of this session relatively easy. He's left it quite late though, as does the likes of Ginger Age and Cryptogalabide, to get a lap on the board. But they won't have enough time for the one run unless they've got more fuel on board.
So yeah, we see Theo, Ginger Age, Cryptic Alibi are the only ones who haven't set a time yet. Ginger Age is on an outlap now. Yeah, there'll be. I'm not sure. Obviously, we might have a time delay again that they might not be able to have to come in again. So this might be the times for all three of them to try making it through. Obviously, we've had two people they're going to be out anyway, and Theo has gone 8th. It looks like I think he's pretty safe for that time. Obviously, you have to be 15th or above. I think see what Cryptic Alibi can do now.
He's harvested his energy though. He hasn't got his ERS turned on.
He is using. No, yeah, you're right.
So whether or not he's doing that on purpose to get a banker up, but then his fuel light's on as well. So he's got low fuel on board. So whether or not he doesn't think he's going to make it with the fuel that he's got. So this could be it for Cryptic Alibi if he's not careful.
He did say in the comments he'll be starting last. So I'm not whether he's just not confident, doesn't like the track maybe, but if he does what he did last week and comes.
Yeah, I mean, you're better off at least giving it a go and trying to get into Q2, even if you don't feel like you're up to pace. I mean, starting at the back's never nice. It's just hard to, especially turn one around here. It's just
he's definitely not using his ERS now. He's invalidated as well.
Yeah, so
he's gaining ERS. So yeah, he's got it turned off.
I'm not quite sure why he's doing that.
Maybe. He's just going to set another lap, or we'll see if he comes into the pits now. But I don't think he'll have enough time to come out. I'm guessing it's usually about a 30-second deficit we have, so I'm thinking it's about 2.5 minutes.
He won't have enough time now to come back into the pits, put on another set of tyres, and then go
So let's just see if he'll.
I think he could be in low fuel mode now as well, by the looks of it. Yeah. Definitely.
Is he run out of fuel?
Yeah, I think he has. So he's in low fuel mode now. So I think that could be it for Cryptic Alibi. So he's not even set a time. So whether or not he's just doing a last to first challenge, a last to question mark challenge, I'm not sure. But I think that pretty much could be it for Cryptic Alibi now.
Well, we'll see what he did. Obviously, last week I think he started on the hards, and that worked out for him. So whether he tries something different today, let's see how it goes. Obviously, Ginger Age is on his lap now. He'll be needing a decent time. I'm pretty sure he could beat a 32 maybe. He did say he doesn't like this track, so we'll see whether he can. But I'm sure he could knock his nephew Booty Delight out.
Cryptic Alibi was disqualified from the session.
Oh, is that because he ran out of fuel maybe?
Yeah, I think he's probably blocking the pit lane, I'm guessing, because that's
maybe,
usually what you get disqualified for, because you'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
No, I wouldn't. Let's see what Ginger Rage can do. Oh, 32.9, so Ginger Rage is out as well.
Well, he's got enough time because he's got the fuel on board as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, so just do another lap, hopefully.
But, yeah, this is why you kind of want to get your lap in early, because you don't want to be in this situation, because if you invalidate now, that's it. You're better off doing your lap early in Q1, because someone like Ginger Rage, I mean, he's made it out of Q3 most times this season. So I think, yeah, for someone like him, he should be easily getting through. So you don't really gain too much from being this late out on circuit. So yeah, this is going to be it for Ginger Rage now. We're going to stay on board with him because I think him and Jordan and Booty as
Booty's in the drop zone at the minute. If Jordan
and he's harvesting energy, so whether or not he has got the time to make it to the line, I don't think he does.
Can we see where he is compared to where he?
So he's invalidated this lap and he's on an outlap. So I don't think he's enough time either. So I think Jordan could be out on his debut. Yeah, he's really trying to push to the line now, I think. But Ginger Rage is still on a lap now. I'm not quite sure if he's up on his time, but we're going to see if Jordan can get it to the line. I'd be surprised if he could, but I mean, I know we've got the glitch and everything.
Yeah, just see how far behind we are.
Same with Booty. I don't think Booty's
right
going
on
to
him
make it
though.
to the line as Booty is coming into the pit. So can Jordan come across the line?
No.
Yeah, he just starts his lap, so he does have enough time. So
that must have been close though. Let's see what Ginger Rage can do. Can he get through?
I think he was about a 10th up on that time, I think.
Oh, he's just made it through and knocked his nephew Booty Delight out.
Oh, that's going to be quite well. I think Ginger Rage will be safe no matter what. But Marvsky is right on the cusp now. So if Jordan can, he's invalidated his lap. So Marvsky is safe. So that's really lucky there for Marvsky, because
I'd be glad about that.
Yeah, I know he said he didn't have a lot of time to practice, but geez, that was close there for Marvsky. He was quite fortunate to have the likes of Jordan and the other three.
I think Ginger Rage would be a bit sweaty after that lap. It's a bit nervy when you have to do that. We've got Jordan just crashed there.
I think that was a bit out of frustration, to be honest, because he was obviously invalidated and there wasn't any time left. The first 5 drivers out of qualifying is Booty. Yeah, that's
I don't know what he's doing here, but obviously his tyres will be.
I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
obviously
Martin's going to
you
complete his lap anyway to see what he can do, to see what time he can do.
moved up a bit.
Yeah,
That's good.
31.7. That's not too bad considering he hasn't done a lot of practice.
But
In fairness,
Jordan, I mean, his first race, I don't think there's any shame in 17th. Just see what you can do in the race. You don't get any points in qualifying.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, the race is where it matters. So.
yeah, so we've all had bad qualifying sessions apart from Emerson. So
That's not true. I've had Singapore. I had a bad qualifying session.
yeah, where did you start?
Huh?
Well, when you hit the wall.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, not pace wise, you just hit a wall. But yeah, so you can. There's obviously quick people like around there. So it's all about the race. So come back then. But yeah, some impressive times from Crystal Maze and RD Wee, who's I think surely buzzing. This must be one of his best circuits. But we have seen like glimpses of, especially in qualifying, of like really good pace from RD Wee.
I think the whole top 10 are with a shout of pole position, to be honest, because
Yeah.
I know that half a second is quite a big gap, but I know that the likes of Sammy, Theo, Real Johnny, and
Can
Reflection
pull off
can all pull off that lap in the
Yeah.
circumstance. So, I think, well, either top 11 now is someone's gone up the order. I don't know how that's happened.
Who's that?
I don't know. I missed that. I think it might have been one of the Ferraris. Oh, it was Roscoe, I think. Was it? I don't know. I'm going crazy. But yeah, so obviously those guys will be fighting for the next couple of spots out of qualifying. But yeah, Booty Delight, Jordan on his debut, Jamie, Sir Dave and Cryptic all knocked out of qualifying one. I'm not sure what happened to Jamie because he did just retire in the pits and he didn't have a qualifying ban or anything.
Maybe he's done like sort of Dan Murphy and can't qualify and he's only here for the race. But
Potentially, but at the same time, he usually qualifies, so
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. Sir Davis obviously having his qualifying ban for being a naughty boy, and then Cryptic Alibi there again. I'm not quite sure why he decided to not set a lap as well, but yeah,
We'll see what he can do in the race,
dead
so.
last.
be interested to see what strategy he does. So we'll just read some of the comments out. Obviously, yeah, we've got young Tommy in here now. Hannah saying good luck, Haas. Obviously, Cryptic starting last, so wishing him luck as well. Have a good race. Serious Mushroom saying nobody likes this track, or Emerson seems to like it, but I agree with you, Mushroom.
I think it's a lovely track.
That's horrible. I mean, for me, Mexico's 10 times better, and that's saying something.
I love Mexico.
Mexico's, I mean, on the game it's difficult, but I do like it.
I don't really think there's any tracks that I dislike on this game, to be honest, or even on the calendar. But anyway, into Q2, and Kamara Race has already set. He's selected the medium tyres, as has Ginger Rage and Sammy. So obviously, those are the strategy that those guys are opting for.
Well, they selected them. That doesn't mean they're going to come out on them yet, but I'm sure they will.
Well, they wouldn't select them
Yeah,
otherwise,
yeah.
really, would they? But yeah, Vintage is selecting those as well. So I think we're probably going to see a few drivers either setting a banker lap on older softs, just doing a really slow time just to get the delta there.
Both Alfa Romeos are keen.
Or we will see people do a lap on the medium straight off the bat just to get the delta in as well, to try and see if they're quick enough to make it through, and then do a soft run later on.
I think he actually wants a bit of a race here in qualifying.
Well, I think he probably wants more of the track position.
Yeah.
He probably feels like he's quicker than Chappie in qualifying trim, so probably wants to get that racing
Well,
point
plus
ahead.
he's on the softer tyres, so he might catch him.
Yeah, exactly. Either that, or he wants to drop back a bit and create a bit of a gap for himself because he doesn't want to catch that car in his qualifying lap and get the dirty
I
air.
feel like we're watching the race here.
Well, not quite.
No, maybe, but
If
yeah,
this is the race, I'll be quite disappointed.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if I was at Alfa Romeo, I don't know who it is, Kamara Racer or whoever. But
Sammy said that Jamie retired because he's not home, got his brother to join. So kind
Oh,
of what
right,
you used
yeah.
to do for me in another league.
or like Dan, I've done before, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough, but hopefully he's obviously starting last is not always good, but you know, it's better to just be in the race, so hopefully he can make it back. Oh yeah, so that Alfa Romeo's had to let Diashi by there. Well, he probably should have done it earlier, just save an accident maybe.
It does
but
look like though Diashi's taken quite a lot of life out of these tyres. He has pushed it relatively.
he's pushing, yeah.
I mean, considering these are the tyres that you might make it through into Q3 on, and if you do, then they will be starting on those in the race. He's probably taken a little bit too much out of them, I'd probably say, unless he's banking on a two-stop. I'm not quite sure,
But who's the judge? He got a podium last week, so he knows what he's doing. But yeah, so he's first to start a lap in Q2, so followed by the 2 Alfa Romeos, I believe. So
Yeah, we're going to stick on board with Diashi because obviously he did a really good lap in qualifying 1, so let's see what he can do in qualifying 2. Hopefully that doesn't put him off or anything. But yeah, we get a really nice on-board shot there through that sector. It's such a nice
I hate this
flowing
corner. That's a
bit.
difficult corner to get right.
That he actually got that bang on there.
He barely lifted off through that S then, so...
yeah.
Oh, it's gone a bit wide. No, he's got it perfect through there.
Yeah, if you go out too far wide there, you will invalidate it, so you need to be careful on the exit of that uphill part of the circuit.
Difficult low traction area. He's got good traction out of it as well. Onto the long straight.
Hugging that right hand side of the circuit, which is exactly what you do. You want to minimise
shortest distance.
Yeah, the shortest distance to the braking zone. And let's see how much he decides to cut the inside here. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. You can cut that corner way more than you think. And again, once again, obviously Diashi always using the kind of Vettel style helmet, and it's just a beautiful helmet. I mean, obviously it'd be amazing to see it in that Aston Martin next season rather than this pink Racing Point, but it suits the car quite nicely, and Diashi obviously has used that for quite a while now. I know that. So coming into the final part of the lap, and he's did go quite wide
on the edge.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't want him to go much further out than that. But yeah, he's come up to line now.
30.5. I'm gonna
30.7. That's a relatively decent lap time. I think he probably could go for another run later on, but that's it's a serious lap time there. Because Chappie has only done a 1:31.5 on the softs, and Kamara Racer and Sammy have
might be a banker for Chappie there, maybe
in the 32s. So about 1.3 seconds of delta is between the softs and the mediums. So. So Diashi's probably be relatively happy with that time, I think. If he's about 1.6, well, no, actually, that's a lie. He's about 6 tenths quicker than Kamara Racer and a bit more than Sammy. But Dylan obviously only done a 34.1. I presume that's probably just a banker from him. And
yeah, surely.
He's probably going to come in now, put on the medium tyres, and then just have a delta for himself. But Real Johnny on the softs, let's see what he can do coming around the final corner now. Opens up the DRS. Oh, he doesn't. Okay, interesting. He does a 31.7. I'm not quite sure he didn't open the DRS. I know it's only a short bit to the line, but
all time adds up.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, Crystal Maze is a yellow flag. I'm probably just waiting for Tribes.
Ginger Age he's just coming out now. Is that on?
Yes, it is on medium.
Medium. Yeah. That is not like Ginger Age. He always goes for the fastest tyre.
He usually doesn't run on the softs, on the mediums.
He always picks. He never goes on the mediums.
He does, and then he does.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. He's already invalidated somehow, but
well, it's only his out lap.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, obviously Roscoe invalidated. That's in his out lap as well, and then we've got Reflection on a lap there, just coming down the back straight. So I think we're going to see Crystal Maze cross the line next.
Who do you think's going to be pole in Q2? Do you think anybody will make it in medium, through medium or mediums? My race's time now, I don't believe we'll make it through if everyone goes soft.
We just did see a few drivers. There was that Diashi or Sammy just trying to get out of the way. There's a lot of. I was quite surprised at how hard this track is actually to manage traffic. It's quite a long circuit, but there isn't really a lot of places to move out of the way because of the different lines you can take into corners. I quite struggled with it.
Yeah.
And I did. Well, I'm not saying this kind of quietly, but I did block. I think it was Cartboy in Q3. He just kind of came out of nowhere and tried to get a slipstream down the main straight just here at the end of the straight. And yeah, it's really hard to manage the traffic around here. So the sooner you get that traffic out of the way, the better. Crystal Maze only does a 34.3, so probably just a banker from him as well. But yeah, so these guys are just all on outlaps now. So Marvsky, RDW, Roscoe, Theo, Vintage, Ginger Age, Sammy and Kamara are all selecting the medium tyres at the minute, and then the likes of Diashi, Reflection, Chappie, Real Johnny, I'd say they're all, and maybe Shadows as well, are all probably respective times on the softs there. So yeah, they're going to be, well, then if they do make it through, they'll be starting on the softs because I don't think they'll be able to beat that time on them on mediums anyway. Unless they're somehow magically a whole lot quicker on mediums, but it just that never happens. Yeah, so Diashi's retired, so yeah, Diashi's confident with that time, which I don't blame him. Yeah, it is a really good time.
I think he is safe with the top 10 with that, especially if people do risk it and go mediums.
Yeah, definitely.
But what was the fastest time last? It was a 1:30.4 maybe?
I'm not quite.
It's somewhere around there anyway, so he is in the ballpark.
Ginger Age has invalidated his lap on his medium tyres, so...
Is that an outlet? He started his lap?
He started a lap, yeah.
Okay.
But... Yeah, Vintage, let's see what he can do on the medium tyres. Obviously, we saw him with that slight little spin in qualifying 1, but he's coming around the last corner now. Haven't seen the whole of his lap, but he's opened up that DRS and he puts the Mercedes into P7 on a 22.9. which P7's quite well. Considering the drivers that haven't set a lap time yet, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see him drop out of the top 10 soon. To be honest, because the likes of Roscoe only going into P6, so only marginally ahead of Vintage. About 4 attempts, which is quite a lot, but. Yeah, I think Roscoe is probably not feeling too safe with that lap. He's probably going to want to go for a soft run at the end of the session. Excuse me. Oh, it's Ardy Wee.
We've got Ardy Wee just off the track there. Fancy looking around the sights around the track?
I mean, considering the middle of the desert, there probably isn't a lot.
No, maybe not. But you got an interesting tower in the middle.
Yeah, there's a really good viewpoint to watch the race from. Not that I've done it personally, but
it would be good to be there.
I mean, I would absolutely crap my pants though because I hate heights. But
that's saying someone who's gone up in a massive air balloon.
Yeah, well, I hate that. But Marski, obviously, yeah, like we said, he's running a similar helmet actually to Troye, sorry, with the yellow and purple kind of Kobe Bryant kind of style look, and it looked really nice with the Renault. I mean, I know I drive a Renault myself in gold, but it's just such a really nice car. It's kind of a shame. I mean, I do like the Alpine kind of style livery and everything, but the yellow and the black, there's just something really nice about a yellow and black car that I just really, really like. And I've grown to quite like it over the course of the last 2 seasons.
Possibly winning the joint constructors for a lot of leagues in gold and silver, looks like.
Yeah, sorry, as Marvsky just put into P8, so yeah, that's a pretty good time, I suppose, compared to the other drivers, but he's definitely going to come out on the soft side, I would imagine, towards the end of the session. The Ginger Rage he's gone straight for another lap, so it's another lap on those medium tyres if he does make it through.
He does like to put a bit more fuel in for that bank, just in case.
Yeah, it's just, you kind of want to take all the fuel out for these kind of runs, because a lap of fuel costs about a tenth of a second per lap. So obviously you want to take as much fuel out as you can and minimise the weight that you carry around. But Ginger Rage has retired from... Oh, he's crashed it into the pit lane.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just saw it there on Theo's... so yeah, that's...
He's going to be absolutely gutted about that.
Ginger Rage out of qualifying 2 from just such a small rookie mistake there as well.
Just take your time.
Well, Theo's done a pretty good lap there on the medium, sorry, as we've kind of just missed that. Put it to P6, so he's going to be quite happy with that, I'd say.
A lot of people are going on to the mediums. Obviously, Ginger Rage tried it, but... I guess they didn't have too much grip going into the pits, but...
Yeah, it's a bit of a dodgy pit lane, because it feels like you can take a lot more speed into it.
And it's a bit of a hill up, to like a little ramp up to it.
Yeah, you don't really need to be pushing it in qualifying. I mean, in the race, kind of fair enough, but... Yeah, so that's Ginger Rage. How of qualifying he's going to be... Zardy Wee... he's on that lap.
Yeah, he's just about it, but on that lap, like you said. Who hasn't set a time yet? Well, everyone's set a time, apart from RD Wee at the minute. I'm going to see if anyone can challenge Diashi's time. I'm sure a Reflection had a really good time in Q1.
So yeah, I mean I didn't brush on this, but Dylan obviously in P12 at the minute. Obviously he's only setting that banker lap so far.
He's maybe waiting for the perfect
same
time.
with Crystal Maze. Obviously Crystal Maze is already going out now, so it's probably the smart thing to do is probably just come out now rather than leaving it late, just in case you do invalidate. You can come back in, then you can refuel the car, maybe put on a fresh set of softs and go again. Yeah. But Dylan decided to leave it right to the very last, I presume. So that I think he might even come back out. Did he say his time on an old set of softs? I wouldn't be surprised if he did. So I think Dylan thinks he's got the pace to make it through on mediums, which is quite ballsy if I say so myself.
Sammy just said, should he go on softs? And I think you definitely should.
Yeah,
eighth you're in. If 3 people below you, like Shadders, Dylan, Crystal Maze, even Vintage, Marvsky can all go faster on softs. So. I would. I think if you stay on the mediums, you won't make it through.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely would. I think the majority of the top 10 will be softs. I think other than Real Johnny, even to be fair, that is a really good medium time. Yeah. 131.7. So that's maybe you could get through. I'd say he's the only one.
Oh no, sorry. Someone just jumped up the order.
Don't know who that was, but yeah, I think Real Johnny's the only one really who can make it through on the mediums. But even that's at a push. So. Everyone below should.
So Dylan's come back out on the mediums.
So he's confident he can.
He feels like he's got the pace. So the difference is about 1.3 seconds. So. Well, that's the delta times between the softs and the mediums. But if he does go, let's say that was a relative lap from Dylan, then yeah, he needs to go to make it into to make it into 10th. He's got to go about 3 tenths quicker just to get ahead of Marski. But that's counting on if they don't go and do another lap, and Vintage and Crystal Maze and RDW both, all of them don't set a lap. But RDW is just at a purple sector in sector 2. So yeah, I think RDW's going to be into this. Well, has he gone quite wide? Days with the back end of that Red Bull snapped a hell of a lot. Then
he's just going to have a lot of pace on the rest of the track like he did in Q1. To be fair, so hopefully he can get round and have a good time. Oh, he's just gone wide. He's invalidated.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the fuel on board either. As you see, the fuel light. Yeah, look there.
He's made a mistake there.
So that's going to be it for RDW, I think. That's going to be gutting there for him. He's going to be really annoyed with that.
Hopefully he keeps on driving because he's going to be disqualified if he stops.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of just frustration there. He's going to stop on track.
No, he's going to be disqualified if he just stops on track.
Well, he's going to be out.
He's trying to reverse. Oh no, he's not. I thought he was trying to reverse to the pit lane then.
I mean, it did kind of look like he was going to do that, but I'm not sure what's going on now. I was on board with someone who was about to set a lap. Was it Roscoe? No, was it Crystal Maze? Crystal Maze is just coming up to the last corner now. And he needs to get this lap time there and on the board. Yeah, it goes quickest. So that's a lot. That's a really good time. But I'm really interested to see what Dylan does out of everyone the most, just because he's risking it a hell of a lot.
Yeah,
he's adamant to start on those medium tyres, which obviously is the better strategy, but it's not.
To be fair, I think if Dylan could even get like 11th on those mediums, he's definitely got the pace to make it work in those softs later on the race.
He does, but it is surprisingly hard to overtake on this track.
It is, yeah, especially the tyre advantage is, that could keep people ahead, or Reflection just returned, so he's confident in his time as well. Oh, he just loses the back end there a bit. I would cost some couple tenths maybe, or maybe not a couple tenths, maybe a tenth, not even that. There's the tower there that we were talking about earlier. But yeah, let's see if he can. It's a difficult corner out there. Can he get through? Yeah, I think he's got to look for like maybe 7th to be safe.
He goes P6, so
P6, so
yeah, I think he could be alright with
that. He's already 7th, look.
Yeah, Vintage obviously just gone quicker as Jimmy's left the second.
So who do we think underneath? Oh, Sammy's obviously invalidated, so he's not through.
Yeah, but I think he's just going to have just enough time.
Maybe he's not got a fuel light, so he can make another lap maybe.
Well, this is
Marski's is still in the pit, so he's not.
Well, that's going to be out. Marski's going to be out.
RDW's out as well. We got Sammy who maybe can get around.
RDW might have enough time.
Shadows has retired in 11th.
I don't think he's going to be.
Shadows has retired in 11th for some reason. Maybe he just doesn't want to start on those softs in the top 10. So,
that's it for Sammy as well.
Sammy's
more
coming
disappointment,
in.
I think.
So everyone above on those mediums, which is Idil and Kamara Racer, and I'm not sure. Real Johnny.
I think Theo set his lap time on.
Is Real Johnny out on track? Because he was on the
softs,
but if he comes in now, he's starting on those mediums.
No, I think he was on the softs before.
No, that time was set on the mediums.
I think it was.
And he's come out on softs now, but he slowed down now. So
he was on softs already. He was on softs.
Oh right, I thought he was on mediums.
So these are the lap times that everyone's set.
But yeah, so
Theo is safe. So as long as he doesn't complete this lap, he can start on mediums. I don't know if he knows that, but he has.
He's going to come into the pits now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clever move there from Theo.
What is it? Is it Dylan down to 10th? You're going to start on mediums.
Yep, that is correct. And everyone above, in the top 10. I mean, outside the top 10, these guys could maybe start on hards or
start on softs even.
Yeah. So
all mediums. Yeah, can do whatever they want, of course. So unfortunately, Ginger Age crashing into the pit wall.
RDW obviously invalidating his laps when it mattered there, and Marski just stopped in to not go for a second run.
That's a shame for RDW because he showed he had the pace to get through and even get on pole maybe.
Yeah, and for Sammy as well. Sammy, obviously, I know he hasn't looked as quick as he usually does this week, but he obviously usually makes it into Q3.
Yeah, so a lot of big names going out into Q2 there that maybe should have gone into Q3. Obviously, Marski's got to fight for that top 3 spot if he wants to get in silver next season.
I think Dylan's going to be kind of clapping to himself a lot there because
it's worth the risk.
Roscoe and Kamara Racer are the 2 quicker guys around him that will be starting on the mediums as well. But the likes of Diashi and Reflection and Chappie as well Obviously, all starting on the soft, so you have to watch out for them at the beginning for the race. But yeah, Shadders, Sammy, Marvsky, RDW, and Ginger Age all out of qualifying 2 and won't be making it through into qualifying 3, but we'll be able to start on fresh tyres. So yeah, wow, I mean, look at that tyre. The top 2 there on those soft tyres are a hell of a lot quicker than the other soft times. I mean, Crystal Mazes is about half a second quicker than
Diashi's was set early on, and you can't say Track Evolution did that much for the rest of them.
No, that's true.
But yeah, let's see into Q3 who can get pole. I mean, but yeah, so. Oh, Real Johnny just saying his soft lap beat his medium lap by 0.50, like, so what, 5 thousandths of a second.
Oh, so he was on mediums.
He was on mediums and just went across the line. That's how much it beat it by. So he could have started on mediums.
Oh, that's
such a shame. But
well, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's
yeah,
just,
you never know if there's an early safety car around. You know, when the softs pit, your quid's in, and you know that could benefit you. So you never know. But obviously, never, as Emerson tells me, never expect a safety car, because if you do, then it messes up.
You just can't count on it, because
it's just luck, in it, or bad luck.
Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't happen, and it is what it is. So you always got to go for the fastest strategy you think you can do. So yeah, back out on track. The Alfa Romeos love going out on track first, don't they?
Yeah, get in there early doors, get a lap on. I mean, you might as well qualify in a 3, because you've obviously got the time to make the 2 runs. So you want to get out there early on, get a lap on board. So you got that banker in, and then on your second run, you've got that's when you really push the car to the limit of what it can do. So yeah, it's to be. I'm not quite sure. I would like to see your predictions for pole if you put them in the comments. I think Dylan and Crystal Mays have been, and Diashi are probably like the 3 favourites. Kamara Racer doesn't look as on it as he usually does, I'd probably say, this week. But then I know any of the others can easily pull out a lap. I mean, Diashi, he's quick. I mean, we've seen that from many other weeks, that he can easily put that car quite far up the grid and even put it on the front row if he wants to. Same with Real Johnny. He showed that he's had relatively good pace in that McLaren so far this week. So yeah, this is a really spicy top 10. I'm not really quite sure who is going to be the quickest, but all I know is that who is going to be the first one? Is it Kamara Racer's going to be the first one? Yeah, Kamara Racer's going to be the first one to settle that. So we'll stick on board for him for his lap. Let's see what he can do in that Alfa Romeo, and he's done that turn 1 quite nice there, picked up the power quite early, because you want to do that as early as you possibly can to carry all that speed all the way through this part of the track, and you really want to attack it. And he kind of didn't probably attack that as much as he probably wanted to. Changed down 1 too many gears for my liking anyway. You do lose a lot of speed, engine momentum and everything by doing that. That back end didn't look very stable there, so maybe he's starting to push it a little bit coming into the end of the first sector there. We're coming down towards the heavy braking zone before the back straight. He's clipped the apex there nicely, and again, that back end doesn't look too stable. That's maybe the track temperature has dropped a little bit. The track's not quite as grippy. But that is definitely a loosey-goosey back end on that Alfa Romeo. I'd probably say so anyway. Now he's coming into the... Oh, is that a Mercedes there? Yeah, so... Vintage, we saw him spin in another part of the track.
I think it was... Was it there?
No, it was at the other end of the circuit, in the end, just at the start, the Sector 3.
Maybe he's running a high or low downforce. No. Yeah, low downforce setup.
Potentially, I mean, he might be alright in the race, but let's see what Kamara Racer can do now. He's right on the limit there of the white line, which you don't want to go over because you will invalidate there, but coming across the line any second now, opens up that DRS and he does a 30.9. I think that's
a good time. We saw.
I think about a 37.7 or a 30.5.
30.7 was Diashi, 30.
Real Johnny's invalidated, but Dylan's only done a 31.6. That's massively off the pace. Yeah, so it must be a banker there.
But yeah, I think a 30.3 or 4 was last.
Chappie goes into P2 on a 31.3. Jamie's rejoined the session, which is good, so he's there ready for the race.
Yeah.
Who's going to be next across the line? Diashi's just starting his lap now, but Real Johnny's invalidated his first run. So is Crystal May, so that's quite a big name there to validate your first run. It's not really good for your kind of mental.
To have it all down to one lap.
Yeah, so
Maybe two. I don't think
well, you won't have enough time now to get 2 runs in,
No.
unfortunately. But Diash is obviously there on an out lap, but Vintage obviously having that mistake in turn 1. Theo is hasn't.
Vintage is coming into the pits, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's invalidated his lap.
Oh, he validated. Okay.
But Theo here, he hasn't invalidated his lap yet, but he can do it on the exit there. But he's done it nicely, and he hasn't invalidated just yet. So just one more corner to go. Coming across coming around the last corner. Where can he put that Mercedes up into P2? This is what I mean. That's an amazing lap there from Theo, and he hasn't been up there so far in this session. I know there's a lot of faster drivers at the minute that haven't set a lap, but that's a really good time there to be up into P2.
He's saving all of his pace for Q3.
Yeah, I'm sandbagging. He's done Mercedes masterclass there, and that's what they like to do, isn't it? So yeah, that's a really good lap time there by Theo. But let's see what Diashi can do. Obviously we saw him quickest in qualifying 2 or 1.
No, he's second quickest.
Yeah, but he's been up there. So what can Diashi do in the racing point? Goes quickest.
30.4. That's his fastest time so far.
That's a good lap there. I
don't know who was first in Q2, but beaten by 10th there. So I think it was Reflection maybe, or Crystal Maze. Maybe
Reflection hasn't even gone out yet, so I don't know if Reflection only has one set of softs, the ones you make it through to Q3 on. Or does he have a Q3 band? I don't know, but we'll see. I don't think he does. So yeah, Diashi at the minute on provisional pole position. He's going to be really happy with that. Yeah, that's an epic lap time there. From Diashi to go about, well, four tenths quicker than Kamara Racer. So only 5 drivers set the lap time so far. Real Johnny's gone for another lap straight after the one that he did invalidate. So hopefully he's got enough fuel to finish this lap off and get back into the pits and go for another run, which he should do. He's got plenty of time left in the session. But let's see what Real Johnny can do in the McLaren. So far he's looked relatively quick to make it into Q3. So where can he put the McLaren provisionally on the grid? He puts it into P2.
That's a very good
quicker
time.
than Kamara Racer, yeah, and he's still obviously not as fast as Diashi's time, but still a really good lap time there. But Vintage is straight back out on another lap, and the Reflection's out now as well. So I'd probably presume that's just only the one run that Reflection will be able to have, which is quite unfortunate. Reflection, I think, because usually he can get the 2 runs in. So unless he's chosen a harder compound for the race, so he has more medium tyres, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, Dylan said that there's already used set of softs keeping the fresh ones to the race. So yeah, but yeah, so maybe Reflection and Crystal Maze. It'd be interesting to see where they can come. I think based on pace so far, we've seen they're the only 2 that could beat Diashi's time for pole position. But that's a brilliant time from Diashi. He'll be, I think, happy with that. But he might even see him come out again and improve it. So Kamara Racer's on an out lap at the minute. So is Reflection, and Real Johnny's is only those 3 cars on, or 2 cars on track at the minute. Oh no, 3 cars. Sorry. But yeah, I think what is it? Yeah, I think so. Kamara Racer is going to be the next over the line.
Well, that'll be Reflection to start his lap.
To start his lap, but I'm saying right. I'm guessing those other 2 are coming in then.
Kamara Racer's on an out lap, and Real Johnny's probably just on an in lap. I presume he looks like he's in low fuel because the yellow flags there. So yeah, I think this could be the second run for, well, the first and only run for the Reflection, I'd probably say. And
maybe. Yeah.
Kamara Racer, he does seem to do this quite often. He goes for the clear track, yeah, he likes to get that second run in early compared to other people, and he's not too bothered about the track evolution, which I'm quite the opposite. I quite like to leave it as late as you possibly can, just to get every little tenth of a second out of it.
Oh, look up his tyres there.
Yeah, that's a big lock up going into the heavy braking zone before the back straight there from Reflection. So yeah, Kamara Racer. Yeah, he does like to do this quite often, but yeah, Reflection, I think he's only going to go for the 1 run. So this is going to be Reflection's 1 chance to put that Haas towards the front end of the grid. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what he can do for that in that Haas. I'm going to say he's probably going to put it P2 or 3.
I think P2. That is a good time from Diashi, and maybe the nerves there for doing a 1 lap might get to him a bit. If he had maybe a banker that he's already safe on, he could push a bit more. But yeah, I'm sure he's got the pace to go pole, but let's see if he can.
It's looked like a relatively clean lap as well from reflection.
Other than that lock-up. And yeah, he's gone sixth. And I don't think he'll be happy with that.
I think he's probably got enough fuel though, by the looks of it. He's not turned down his ERS to go for another straight run.
Yeah, you might be right there. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's slowed down, so he is pushing again. So, well, forget what I said about not having a banker. I guess that is a banker for him. So, just see now if he can push. Obviously, he did have that lock-up on that front left. Oh, he's pushing that was very good around the S section there. But yeah, he did push and lock up those for that front left. So let's see if that might affect the just a little bit of extra tyre wear that can affect the pace. I mean, thousandths of a second can cost you pole position in places around here. So, or any track. If he lock up again, oh, he's slight lock up on the front left again, but not as bad. So looks like it's better lap so far. That's a good camera angle going down the main straight. Well, main straight, the back straight. Just see the DRS open there. Late brake. Can he get too much to the curb? That's a good cut the curb there. You can do that. Gain you some valuable time. He's just got fastest middle sector.
Yeah, hopefully that's just not a glitch because I obviously do that quite often. But yeah, he's done a pretty good lap here, I'd say. If that is a purple middle sector,
just tap the apex there. Round. Now this is a difficult corner to get right. Just caught it nicely. Now let's see what he can do. Oh,
he's invalidated.
Oh, he somehow managed it.
He only improved by 2 odd tenths though.
Yeah.
He didn't actually jump up any positions, so
he was lucky to even get that because of almost invalidated it there. But yeah, I think we've got a Ferrari coming over the line. I think just starting a lap maybe. Oh no, they're in the pit. Sorry, we've got a Mercedes coming over. I think that's vintage. Oh no, it's Theo just starting a lap.
Kamara Racer's obviously done his lap now and obviously put that car into P2 and retired in the pits.
Yeah, so Ferrari's just started their lap. I think that might be Roscoe. Diassi's just improved his time by I think 2/10 of a second, going to 1:30.2.
That's a really good lap.
Brilliant time. That's the fastest we've seen so far from anyone.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So I think that is the pole position so far. Maybe Crystal Mays can improve on his time. Even maybe Dylan's put on a better set of softs.
Yeah,
see what he can do.
He did use a scrub set. So
Dylan just off. That would have beat Diassi's time before he improved. But Dylan, I think he's going to be happy with that. That's still a brilliant time. Maybe getting second on the. Obviously, he is starting on those mediums, so it's going to be difficult with soft runners behind you. But Crystal Mays, he has got the pace to maybe beat it, so let's see what he can do.
Yeah, obviously not set a lap time yet. We're kind of unsure whether or not his pace is going to be good round here or not. But only P4 there for Crystal Mays. It's not too bad.
So close in that that top 5 battle even.
Yeah, as Real Johnny's invalidated his lap, so that's it for Real Johnny. Yeah. As has Theo. Chappie's still in the pits, but reflection there.
He's done. He's
obviously going to be done. But
it's Vintage and Roscoe that can improve.
Obviously, again, not quite sure what Vintage is going to be able to do because he hasn't got set a lap yet. But what can he do in that Mercedes? And he puts up to P7. Roscoe now coming through the double right hander in the last sector, coming up to the second to last corner now. Not going too far wide there. It looks he's looked quite quick so far through this session. Because where can Roscoe put that Ferrari? Hopefully far up the grid, and he puts it only into P5. So P4 and 5 for the 2 Ferraris.
P7, 8 for 2 Mercedes. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So
Diassi's got pole position.
That's an amazing job there from Diassi. So well done on pole position there. So Dylan's going to be relatively happy with that, considering the likes of Leclerc and Marvsky. Obviously, Leclerc not here this week, and Marvsky all the way down in P14, 15, I think he is. So that's going to be really good for the race there for Dylan to start P2. I mean, we obviously saw P's on Sunday start P2 and get the jump on me into turn 1, and obviously that won him the race there. Well, he can
gain a big advantage on the championship here.
Yeah, all he's got to do is score a solid amount of points. It's not really about the win for him now. I think he's starting to focus on the championship. I think Dylan is.
Yeah, you got to be smart and not go for that win sometimes.
Although sometimes you are better off not thinking about that and think about race to race. But yeah, Diassi there on pole position. Great job there by Diassi. Dylan in P3, Kamara Racer in Dylan in P2, Kamara Racer in P3, Crystal Mays in P4. So I'll run through the order just properly in a second because I just lost all my timings. As Jamie just said, he's not sure if he has the setup on or not because was it cousin joined for him and he wasn't sure if he put the setup on. So hopefully he has. But yeah, Diashi there on pole position, followed by Dylan in P2, so their job by Dylan. Kamara Racer in P3, Crystal Maze in P4, Roscoe there in P5, Real Johnny P6, Theo P7, Vintage in P8, Chappie in P9, Reflection in P10. But Dylan obviously on those mediums might not be able to get a good start compared to Diashi because Diashi's on those softs. I think Kamara Racer maybe made it through on
I think
mediums.
it was maybe, but I think Diashi, if he gets this right, or has a good start, Dylan could hold some of the softs or even anyone behind him a little bit. Diashi could get a really good start here. And
walk away with it.
Walk away with it, maybe. Like you say. But obviously, some people will be on the softs later on in the race. Will that be the better strategy? We'll find out. Now, safety cars could in this race. I don't know if we've seen the safety car. We didn't in silver.
We saw one on Sunday.
Was there one in gold? Okay,
so 5 or 6.
It is a track that's not likely to get a safety car because there is a lot of runoff usually.
You'd be surprised.
But you never know. So
if there's probably a safety car lap 5 or 6, you can either. It's kind of that weird point that it's kind of dependent on your race what you want to do. I think I decided to pit for hards just because you could switch it over the compound, and if there was another one later on, because safety cars usually breed safety cars to get rid of a set of tyres that you don't really want to use, but they can make it to the end. And I think it was quite close basically between which one would have worked. So I think it was I didn't lose too many positions from doing it. That's why we did it. But then obviously got the late VSC later on. So strategy's kind of all in the air around here because there's so many different things if the safety car does decide to come out.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying good luck. Yeah, let's hope it's a good race. Mushroom saying Silver doesn't do safety cars. Well, I almost caused one. So, but yeah.
So, yes, with your teammate, yes.
Yeah. But,
rule number 1 of Formula 1 and racing is never crash into your teammate. So
you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I did apologise, and it was a mistake. So hopefully we don't see any incidents tonight. But it is a difficult, tight track. I'm sure there'll be some little bumps, maybe. But yeah, hopefully no one a race gets affected. That's never good to see.
So yeah, let me run through the order. So yeah, Diashi getting pole position there in the racing point, which is an awesome job there from Diashi. Dylan in P2, the championship leader there. He's in a good position to score some solid points on those medium tyres, obviously on the optimum strategy, but he's going to struggle to stick with Diashi for the first few laps because Diashi is on those softs. Kamara Racer in P3 behind Dylan on the mediums as well. Crystal Maze in P4, probably looking to try and get ahead of these two and cause a bit of an upset into turn 1 considering he's on those softs, and then Roscoe on those mediums behind him. He's surrounded by soft compound tyres as Real Johnny disqualified from the formation lap, so he's to have cold tyres for the start of the race.
It's never good.
Roscoe.
Maybe it is a good thing he started on the soft tyres, might help him a little bit.
Maybe. But yeah, Real Johnny in P6, Theo there in P7 on the mediums. Pretty decent qualifying there from Theo. He's up for a chance of good points being on those medium tyres, and then the likes of Vintage, Chappie, Reflection, all on the softs behind him, and then outside the top 10, the fresh tyre runners of Shadows in P11 on the mediums, as is Sammy as well on those medium tyres as well. Marcy there opting for the softs to try and get a punchy start. RDW selecting the medium tyres, and then Ginger Rage and Booty Delight on the soft, so they're going to want to try and cut through the traffic relatively quickly. The debutant of Jordan Hassel in the Renault was selected for the medium tyres, choosing to go for the quicker tyre at the end of the race, I probably think. Then Jamie and Sir Dave both on the softs towards the back, and then at the very back of the field, rounding off the grid, is Cryptic Alibi choosing the medium tyres.
Now, Diashi has got 2 medium sitters behind him, so he could get a very good start here, like I said earlier.
Yeah, that's what he needs to focus on. He needs to make sure that neither of those guys gets ahead of him, because that's going to really ruin his race. He needs to get a blinding start up the hill into turn 1 and hope that he can kind of bridge a gap enough so when he does come out, get some free air on those medium tyres, and he can just punch in some sort of laps out of traffic and everything. That's what he's got about. That's all his strategy is tonight, is to try and get that pocket of free air.
No people starting on the hards, but we're getting ready to go now.
Yeah, not quite just yet. The light's obviously being a bit weird, but the revs are building now. They've selected the first gear, and we're just waiting now, and away we go. Dylan's got the jump on on Diashi, I think. Not quite actually, as the second phase of the start. And a bit of lag there, but yeah, Diashi keeping the lead. Dylan,
we see Mercedes just stuck there.
Yeah, he's quite easily done on the outside, but they've kind of kept it clean through the first couple of corners of the front runners. But yeah, so Reflections had a really good start, getting up to P6. Vintage, I'm not really quite sure where to look. There's so much going on. There's so many cars. There's a yellow flag there in the back there for someone. I'm not quite sure who is it. But Weeze. I don't think we've seen any damage actually from anyone.
It's quite a good start for everyone there.
Yeah, and oh no, that's a Renault of Jordan now. I think there's got end plate damage on that Renault there. He has dropped down a few positions, but Shadders now and Real Johnny are fighting just before the start of the straight. Has Shadders got past him there? Yeah, he has. Shadders has got past Real Johnny.
Shadders had a good start actually, starting 11th.
Theo's dropped down 3 positions.
Jamie's had a really good start.
Yeah, he's jumped all the way up into P10. But yeah, Diashi's already got a 1.3 second lead over Dylan, but Jamie now, Jamie's just made a dive bomb there, I think, on... Jamie's had an amazing start.
Where did he start?
He was all the way out, yeah, he was all the way out.
I don't know how that's happened, but...
P8, he's... Well, let's have a look, actually. No, wrong one, sorry, I'm not quite sure, I'm used to these. Position change.
He's made 10 positions in half a lap.
Oh, that's definitely amazing, thanks.
Fair play.
So, yeah, we'll stick with tyre... Yeah, tyre. No, we'll stick with this for now. But Theo now dropping all the way down to P13.
Ginger Age's already got a 3-second time penalty in the first lap.
Oh, that's not. We did say, to be fair,
it is a track for picking up time penalties. We didn't even mention this really. But
yeah, Jordan in the pits now. Unfortunately, does have wing damage on that car. So
Sir Dave's had a bad start there.
Well, he did have a qualifying ban anyway.
He did, but yeah, Booty Delight lost a couple positions. Made him again. Marsky and Ginger Age's got a good battle here.
Yeah, Ginger Age had a bit of a wayward moment there on the exit. But yeah, let's run through the order then. So Diashi's now got 2.5 second lead on those softs. Yeah, Dylan in P2 on the medium tyres is holding up Crystal Maze now on those softs, who did jump past. Yeah, so Kamara Racer now he's still within the DRS once that gets enabled next lap. And Roscoe's sitting there quite comfortably behind the Alfa Romeo. Reflection having a really good start up to P6 there. Vintage into P7. Oh, nice shot there from the rear of this Mercedes car. Jamie obviously having the blinded start, making up 10 positions. Shadders there in the Alpha Tauri into P9. Sammy there in P10 getting up into the points. Real Johnny in P11. Theo not having an amazing start, dropping down from P7, but it's a long way to go. And he's on the optimum strategy, so get your head down, Theo. I'm sure you'll be able to score some more points.
Yeah, it's a good strategy around here to focus on not getting penalties, because that can really cost you at the end of the race. Obviously Ginger Age has not had a good start in terms of that, because he's already picked up one. But yeah, it's maybe so. Obviously the strategy showing there, but some people that like to pick up penalties or do often. Like Diashi's just got fast.
Crystal Maze is right on the back end now of Dylan. I'm pretty sure he's going to probably try and make a lunge into turn 1.
Yeah.
He's having a sniff now. Yeah, he's going for it.
He's on those soft tyres, so not much Dylan can do, to be honest.
No, he's probably not better off fighting it too hard and trying to stick on the back end.
But, like I said, look at Diashi's lead, almost 3 seconds now.
Yeah, that's crucial for Diashi's race. He needs to keep on building that gap now and trying to limit. Well, this is what Roscoe's got a 3-second time penalty already.
Dylan's struggling for a grip on these mediums with this fuel at the minute.
Booty's got a 3-second time penalty as well, as I think we might see Booty. As Booty made a mistake there.
Yeah, he might have gone wide there and let Cryptic pass.
Not quite current.
So we're seeing penalties come in now already. Oh, that's a nice little drift there. But,
yeah, so Crystal Maze now on the hunt. As Chappie just got past Real Johnny, I think.
Yeah.
As they're fighting back, Real Johnny's not letting.
He's not had a good start either.
He's not letting Chappie just walk past him. He's fighting that position. They're weaving a bit around on the straights, but rubbish camera angle. It's not, we can't see it. But Chappie's going back for it. He's going to lunge up the inside. No, he's choosing better of it. Theo's got a 3-second time penalty now as well. But Marvsky's getting past Theo. Theo's just dropping backwards now in the race. He had the pace and qualified. He doesn't seem to have the pace in the race. He's dropped back 7 positions from the start of the race. Has poor Theo. Yeah, it's a shame for Theo because he's had a really good season so far. Crystal Maze has got a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to be crucial come to the end of the race. Considering he's already got a 3-second disadvantage to Diashi, that's now effectively a 6-second lead Diashi's got. So Diashi's
just
really
improving his time as well.
Yeah, he's controlling this race at the minute. Although Crystal Maze the time is coming down, but Jamie Enright, he's getting past Vintage now. He's up to P7. He's making up more positions as Jamie. So Jamie's loving America right now. We must have his cowboy hat on in that Mercedes and going yeehaw.
That was cringe. Okay. But yeah, Jamie is having an absolute blinder of a start here. Jamie's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. So is Jordan. In last position.
Oh
He's
no,
not having a good
he's
race.
in the wall.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Could we see a safety car from that? Sammy's just picked up a 3-second time penalty as well. I don't think we will see a safety car as he is back on track.
Marsky's just picked up one. Does it say Marsky? I suppose it just said Marsky's just picked up a penalty there. But yeah, Jordan just needs to be careful. I don't know if he's going to come into the pits if he's got damage.
Yeah, he has got damage.
Yeah, so he's made 2 pit stops already in 4 laps. I hope he doesn't hit the barrier there like Ginger Age did.
Crystal Maze has now cut that lead down for another 0.6 of a second.
Oh, Jordan's retired in the pits, unfortunately. So, bad debut for him, but hopefully we'll see him again, reserve again soon, and make up for it. Maybe have a better race. So that's unfortunate. Real Johnny's just got a 3-second time penalty. So we're seeing penalties come in a lot. Silver.
As we saw a bit of wheel banging there from Marvsky and Theo. I'm not sure if Theo got any damage on his Mercedes. I don't think he has, but
yeah, you want to be you want to be close going side by side here. It's a bit dodgy. So we've seen Ginger Age going to make a move in.
No, he thought better of it. That's smart there, but he's got the run on into turn 1, I think. Wow, look at all these cups. They're so bunched up. I love it. But yeah,
Ginger Age get the double slipstream here. He's a bit far behind.
He's too far back to make a move, but I think Theo could make it into turn 1 as he goes on the inside.
That's a medium tyre on Marsky on the softs.
Yeah, the softs will start to drop off probably around about now.
Marsky's just held it.
Oh no, this
Marsky's made the right decision there.
Yeah, Marsky's defended that well. He defended it as well as he possibly could have there. He thought better of it. Obviously, there's still a long way to go in this race.
But that was another good overtake by Theo there. Just Sammy's got a 3-second time penalty. I think that's more than one now for him.
I think that's his second penalty.
Booty Delight's got a 3-second time penalty. I think we're going to be saying this a lot in this race.
Yeah, that's his second one for Booty Delight as well. Shadder's
had a good start. It's on 11.
We've got to give it to the people that haven't got penalties yet. Diashi,
Dylan, Kamara.
Yeah, there's still a long way to go in this race. So they might end up picking up one, but yeah, Crystal Maze he's taking a big chunk of time out of Diashi's lead. I know obviously Crystal Maze does have that penalty, but yeah, it's down to 2.3 seconds.
RDW on Ginger Age. They're battling it out here, and they're not going to go side by side, surely. Ginger Age just gone for it. Just dived on the inside. He really wants to keep this position. He is on those soft tyres, which are maybe die off a little bit now. Ginger Age just going to go on the outside there. I think he's going to lose the position, maybe to the Haas behind Cryptic. No, he's held his position well. Can he just stick on the back of RDW here?
Yeah, RDW's made a good move there.
Yeah, RDW's done well there. But
got the trap position.
Yeah, it's just sticking behind now and try getting him. Obviously, like you said, the softs are going to lose a bit out, so maybe the mediums are quicker now. Diashi, I don't know what happened to...
Oh, yes, so...
Who was behind Diashi? It was a Ferrari, wasn't it? Chappie, I think, was behind him.
No, it was Crystal Maze. Sorry, Crystal Maze must have had a huge mistake. I did think that just a second ago.
Yeah, I was just seeing the difference was almost 7 seconds, or 6.5. So I don't know what's happened there.
Jamie just picked up another 3-second time penalty.
Oh, yeah. So maybe Jamie just needs to calm down a bit now. He made up those positions.
Picked up a 3-second time penalty.
What's happened to Jamie? Just... lost traction there, and the Ferrari just got past easily.
Yeah, he's going to get the overtake redone though, coming into the heavy braking zone before the back straight. He will have DRS as well if he gets past him, because the detection point is...
Crystal Maze is right behind him now.
Yeah, Crystal Maze isn't going to have the DRS going down this straight either. He's not got any battery left on the Ferrari either, so I wouldn't be surprised if we just see him get swamped right now. Obviously... maybe not too bad.
The McLaren's just got him though, Real Johnny, so McLaren's working well as a team here, but Real Johnny does look a bit quicker than...
Kamara Race has just picked up a 3-second time penalty as well. So again, that's perfect for Dylan, because he's going to be close towards the end of the race as it stands between these two, I think.
I think Dylan will be happy with... I mean, it is a big gap, obviously, but he is on the medium tyres.
The problem that Diashi's got is he will come out with a lot of other cars.
Yeah.
And unless he can get past those guys quick... that's where he's going to start losing a lot of time. So I think Dylan's not going to be too fussed at the minute. I know his 7 seconds is a hell of a lot, but towards the end of the race, when it's the other way round and Diashi's on older medium tyres and Dylan's on fresh softs, he'll be licking his lips towards the end of this Grand Prix, I reckon. As long as he can keep it...
Real Johnny just got past his teammate. I'm not sure if there's a bit of a teamsmanship there.
Yeah, maybe Zach Brown's come on the radio and said, come on lads, sort this out.
Zach Attack, Arrivederci.
Sure.
So Crystal Maze is catching Jamie here. he's going to want to get that move retaken there.
Yeah, I'm guessing he must have just made a mistake maybe in the first sector beforehand, and that's why he's dropped down way down to
We've got
E9.
Sammy's right behind him now on those mediums. I think those softs are losing the legs.
They will start to hit the cliff.
Oh, Sammy's just gone for it. Oh, and yeah, again, he's got it. He has got DRS.
Yeah, exactly. He'll have the DRS now, so Crystal Maze is kind of just.
Oh, but has Crystal Maze got the DRS there?
No, Sammy will have
it. They both do. He was just in the DRS of the McLaren in front, I think. So
no, Crystal Maze didn't have it there.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh,
they touched there.
Oh, Sammy's had a bit of a half spin, so there's a bit of a harsh move there from Crystal Maze, or Sammy maybe took a bit too much speed going into the apex.
I think Sammy just backed off a bit there, just let him go, because I think he realised it was his mistake. Yeah, Crystal Maze is under a bit of pressure. He needs to get the move done on Jamie, really. But yeah, Sammy's putting pressure on behind him. See, Cryptic Alibi just made a move on Ginger Rage.
Yeah, Ginger Rage not quite cutting through the field as fast as he probably hoped for on those soft tyres. But he hasn't really made any positions up, in fact, I don't think. Sammy's got another 3 seconds.
I think that's 9 seconds for him so far. That's not looking good for Sammy. But
probably one of Sammy's Achilles' heels is his
track limits for him. Yeah. Oh, Real Johnny! What's happened to Real Johnny?
Oh yeah.
He's in the pits. Never mind. I was a bit worried then.
I'm guessing he's probably gone onto hard tyres. Soft. He's going for the 2-stop.
Okay, interesting. He seems to have the pace around this, so we'll see where that pays off.
I think he probably would have if he was doing for the 2-stop. You probably would have been better off going to the mediums now.
Yeah,
just
so
because
you're covered then.
Well, you swapped over to the different set of tyres, so.
But he is in like a completely open air now, so he can just push.
Yeah, he's got an 11-second gap to Sir Dave, and it probably won't be long until
Shadow's just got a 3-second time, but it's another person who's got one. So it's only RD Wee, Chappie, ALR Vintage, and Idol and Diashi.
Real Johnny's just picked up a 3-second penalty.
Who haven't got a penalty yet. So if those drivers could just keep on, I mean, especially Theo, who, RD Wee, who's on those medium tyres.
As a Theo. Oh, Theo's got a penalty.
Yeah, on those medium tyres can.
Crystal Maze has got
him. He's got him. Oh no, is he? Yeah, he's made it. The move stick, I think. Sammy's right at the back end of Jamie now. Jamie
I think Sammy might make a lunge into the left hand.
Theo's got another time penalty there.
Yeah, there he goes.
Sammy's got him. Almost made contact.
No,
there.
he's
just lost the back end. Almost
crashed around
Sammy.
The outside here.
Sammy can make the advantage here.
Yeah,
he's got him.
That's a great move there from Sammy. He threw it down the inside, which is completely entitled to do of Jamie there. Jamie got a bit wayward on the exit. Sammy carried more speed going through. Is that Vintage coming into the pits behind? Yes, it is. Vintage is coming into the pits from the soft time towers. Probably is he going to do the 2-stop, or is he going to put on the hards to the end? Let's see.
I think we'll see Vintage put on the hards.
It's too early for the mediums, so yeah.
He's put on the mediums.
He is put on the mediums.
I don't know if he can make those last.
It's going to be a stretch, but unless he is going for the 2-stop, I'm not quite sure.
We'll see if they can last, but Real Johnny there.
He's got past him.
Yeah, he's making up some time now. Obviously he's coming to the pits, but he's gained, I think when he come into the pits, come out of the pits, he was 11 seconds, so he has gained a good couple seconds there. Marski's got a 3-second time penalty again. Yeah, Diashi seems, even though the softs are dying off, he seems to be keeping a pretty decent gap on Dylan at the minute, so we'd be impressed with that. Obviously, Diashi will be coming into traffic when he does pit relatively soon, whether it's mediums, hards, or doing a 2-stop. Real Johnny's making up some real
Delight's made a mistake there.
Oh, no!
He's got wing damage as well on the upper tower.
I don't know if that's by himself, or maybe Real Johnny's come into contact with him. I think he might have just spun himself, but that's a shame there. I think Jamie's just made a move on Marvsky, was it? I don't know whether I saw an arrow above there, but yeah. So we're seeing Shadows is starting 11th on those mediums. That's a very good time. I know he's got a penalty, but so does everyone. So Jamie's got another penalty. He seems to be losing that advantage. You have such a good start.
Yeah. So Jamie and Sammy. Both on 9 seconds worth of penalties, and then Kamara, Roscoe, Reflection, Shadows, Crystal Maze, all on 3. Well, there's a few more outside the top 10 as well. Also, we've just got some full of moves as Marvsky's in the pits, so he can probably just about make it.
I think
to the
Marvsky
end.
would put it on the hards, I reckon.
No, he'd probably make it on the mediums. Yeah, he's got the medium tyres there. Yeah, just that one lap undercut is probably what he's going for there. Yeah, he comfortably do 18 laps, I reckon, on those tyres.
Yeah, but you'd like to see him now whether he's going to go. To be fair, it's lucky that he's on the softs because it's kind of when he would pit anyway. RD Wee's got a 3-second time penalty. That's a shame there because he didn't have one. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, he's putting on the mediums there.
So now, Diashi's lead is starting to drop off a little bit now. So I think those softs, they've massively hit a wall.
Yeah, I think we'll see Diashi come into the pits now.
Maybe he might go for the one more extra lap just to get. Maybe
he's got time to do that extra lap, like you say, but Kamara Racer is pushing. Didn't he? He's caught up quite a bit.
He's been on his back for quite a few laps now as Kamara Racer, but he's just not really decided to make an overtake because he's got that 3-second penalty.
Yeah, maybe later on in the race when we see time for coming to the softs, maybe Kamara Racer could do the undercut on us.
Well, I mean, Dylan's just almost pulling him along at the minute. Maybe he's not got quite the same pace as what he would hope for, so Dylan's pulling him along quite nicely with the DRS, I'd probably imagine.
Yeah, and
as we're seeing Roscoe pull the trigger on the mediums already, so he must be going for the 2-stop, you'd probably think.
Yeah, unless he's just not confident with grip whatsoever, putting on the hards.
The game just told us that it's the 2-stop track is open. So yeah, he's putting on the softs there.
Softs, yeah.
Ginger Rage puts another 3-second time penalty.
I think that's 9 seconds to Ginger Rage now, so yeah, it's not looking good with getting those penalties.
So yeah, Roscoe going for the aggressive strategy.
Interesting, but we'll see whether that pays off. He's definitely got good pace to make the most of it.
Yeah, it's just quite interesting because there's a lot of traffic to fight through, and he was struggling to get past the likes of Dylan. And to make this 2-stop work, you've got to really be really aggressive because, well, effectively Dylan's a pit stop ahead right now, so Roscoe has to make up a whole pit stop before
he's just come out of the pit. Sorry,
Dylan makes a stop, which Dylan will probably be doing in probably about 7 laps ish. So yeah. Roscoe's got a lot of work to do.
Dylan's catching Diashi quite a lot now. He's made a second up in the last 2 laps.
Yeah, I think the pit stop window is open now for Diashi to put on the mediums and go to the end. I know the game won't tell you that. It won't let you select the one stop to the mediums from the softs, but it is definitely doable if you can stretch it. Yeah, we know it's doable. So Real Johnny's just made a move on Ginger Rage there. He's on a lot fresher. And RDWee's just got past Cryptic Alibi there. Nice move there from RDWee on those medium tyres from Cryptic. That's nice.
Real Johnny's doing good work on this 2-stop strategy at the minute. He's almost into the points here. Well, about 3 seconds behind the points. So
yep, Dylan's in the pits. Let's see what tyres he decides to put the.
Surely it will be the mediums.
You would think so, but maybe if he wants to be a bit more comfortable, as Reflection gets a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Okay.
I think that might have been on the it was on the entrance to the pit lane.
Oh, that's not good.
No, but
I think he'll have to serve that, won't he, next time he's in the pit?
Oh well,
he does.
He probably won't. But yeah, Diashi on the mediums towards the end, now to the end of the race.
He's serving it now.
Yeah, he's serving it now. Just because, he didn't get it for speed in the pit lane, did he? So yeah, he served it now, so he won't be able to get that removed, unfortunately, for Reflection.
But he did cut a corner, so
yeah,
it's unfortunate for him. But
5 seconds quite harsh to be honest. But
Sir Dave, Sir Dave is in the pits.
Yeah, he's just
see whether was he on the softs. Yeah, he's just gone to the mediums now. Ginger Rage is just coming to the pits as well. So yeah, interesting to see.
So Dave's managed to jump him.
Yeah, how has he managed to do that? I think Ginger Rage maybe lost a bit of time there. That's interesting. So we'll see. Obviously, Ginger Rage, Sir Dave are friends, so we'll see them battle it out. Maybe that might be interesting.
So Diashi here, only in P6 on those medium tyres, and he's in a nice little pocket of free space.
Yeah.
With the likes of his teammate ahead, which could be quite crucial for this fight. As Crystal Maze will probably box this lap as well. So the only person that's really going to be threatening his strategy is his teammate of Sammy, because Shadders is quite far up the road compared.
Yeah, I think Diashi's hoping maybe Sammy will let him past or maybe give him a bit of a slipstream when he does catch up.
Yeah, I don't think Sammy will fight too hard because he probably knows that he's not in the same battle as his teammate, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a smart move if Sammy does that, but you never know. So Crystal Maze looks like he's going to pit now. Shadders is having a very good race, to be honest. He seems to be
Crystal Maze is coming into the pits. The Ferrari crew will be ready for him and probably whack on those medium tyres. He's done 12 laps on those soft tyres, so really good stint there. Maybe one tap too many, but is he going on the hard tyres? No, they are mediums. I'm just being a bit colourblind. So Crystal Maze on the medium tyres to the end of the race now.
Dylan!
That won't be too bad in a sense.
I don't know though, because Diashi hasn't got a penalty, so that could cost him the win.
But it could cost him the win, but there's still plenty more laps for Diashi to end up getting a penalty. I'm not quite sure how many warnings.
Just got Cryptic Alibi.
He's got, but yeah, Roscoe. Is Real Johnny and Cryptic are side by side coming through the start of the second sector, and they're going up the hill now. And
that was some good racing there actually.
Cryptic decides better, but he has gone wide.
He has. Yeah, it's unfortunate for Cryptic. But he stuck it in there. Tried to get the move done and defend well, but yeah, didn't manage to do it. So he's lost a bit of time there. Roscoe's just getting RDW now. Roscoe's making up some serious time on this.
Wow, it must have a really slippery
two-stop strategy. You think he's doing?
Oh yeah, he is doing a two-stop, isn't he? Yeah.
So yeah, he's making the most out of those soft tyres while he can. Yeah, he's getting some serious pace here. Soon enough, you'll see him catch Theo probably.
So with the two-stop,
Jamie's just got Marski. Sorry, Marski's having a bit of a difficult race, I think.
Whereas Real Johnny's just got past RDW. He's round the outside on those soft tyres. Is he on the two-stop as well as Johnny? Yeah, he must be. How many laps do you reckon they could probably do? Oh, we've got a yellow flag.
I think that's Marski, is it?
No, I think it's Booty Delight again. Yeah.
Oh, he spun.
It does seem to happen from Booty Delight when he has a bad race. It just seems to go from bad to worse. When he's in a pack, he does surprisingly well.
Family.
But yeah, obviously Booty Delight all the way back there in P19, 20 odd seconds behind Sir Dave. So yeah, Dylan's probably then doing about 4 or 5 laps until he pulls the trigger, comes in for those softs and goes to the end of the race. So that's when we'll probably see the big ignition there of the race. But we have got another yellow flag. Is that Theo? Yep, Theo's been spun round, or he's had a bit of a mistake there coming in through the end of the first sector. And it's, he's only in P10 still though, so Jamie picks up another 3-second time penalty, but hopefully those medium tyres aren't overheated or anything and the surface temperature on the carcass is alright.
Dylan, I think, what's happened there? Come on, Race, he's just got Dylan.
Yes, he has. Dylan got it back though. So he did a really nice switchback move, sorry I missed that, but
yeah, so Dylan's just, Come on, Race is really pushing Dylan here. So, what lap do you think these mediums will pit for the soft tyres? Lap 17 around then? 18 maybe?
Yeah, 17 or 18, about 11, 12 laps at the end on the softs, but I'm not quite sure what lap the two stoppers will stop. Because it's just, well, I've never really thought about doing that strategy around here because it's not the optimum one.
Yeah.
On paper. But yeah, Crystal Maze, obviously, he's all the way down in P13. He's got a lot of ground to make up. There's Crystal Maze. He's on the medium tyres, so we'll be able to go to the end now. Did he stop again? Has he made 2 pit stops?
No, I don't think so.
No, he hasn't. Just maybe.
Yeah, I think he just come in recently. I was on the softs. Was he on the softs?
Yeah, he started on the softs.
Yeah, so he must have made those go a little bit longer than everyone else.
As a reflection now, it's just got past Theo there, so Theo again, he's just Ginger Rage gets another 3-second time penalty. Theo, as kind of we saw a bit of a theme of this in the first part of the race, but Theo's just been dropping back. Cryptic Alibi picks up a 3-second as well, but Theo just keeps on seeming to drop back in this race. Unfortunately, he's not quite enjoying the race as much as he did quali. RDW now up into P9. It's a really solid stint there from RDW. Booty Delight picks up another 3-second as well. Cryptic up to P8 now. Real Johnny there in P7 on the 2-stop as well as Roscoe.
Yeah, I think Come On Race is still on the tail of Idun. Diashi's just got Shadows.
Wow, so he's already up to P3, so
he's looking like a podium already for him, unless it's a safety car.
Wow, he's only about 5 seconds off, 6 seconds off of Dylan.
Yeah, that's impressive there. Dylan's going to have to be quick, and Kamara Race up quick on these soft tyres to catch him.
I think Diashi could have, well, yeah, I think he's got the strategy kind of on point. Booty picks up another 3-second time penalty now as well.
Yeah, making that time gap where you can just chill out and just gain time on those softs early on seem to be the key for Diashi at the minute. But you never know what can happen. Those softs at the end with low fuel are going to be seriously quick.
As Dylan's in the pits now on lap 16.
Quar Race has just gone that extra lap.
I know these will be fresh softs, but that's stretching it a little bit too much, I think.
I think he's seen that Diashi is catching it. He's got to get the move done while he can.
Yeah, but I think he's kind of put himself in a bit of a puncture territory now. Because those softs, we're only just starting lap 16, so that's 13 racing laps he'll have to do on those soft tyres. They will obviously be fresh, so he will have that kind of in his advantage, but he is stretching it to the very limits, I'd probably say, is Dylan now.
Well, let's see if he can do it. He is the championship leader for a reason.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at the end of the day, I think all he's really looking for is to get some solid points on the board, and that's exactly what he
has got a bit of traffic here. RDW's there. He's going to need to get past us. Oh, RDW! Oh, there's a bit of pressure there for maybe a fast car behind. He's made a mistake there.
Yeah,
that's good for Dylan just getting out of the way.
Sometimes the presence of that red proximity arrow does just kind of put you off, especially when you know they've just pitted.
Yeah, he's going to be.
Yeah, he's going to be quick now, is Dylan.
Yeah, he's going to be on Cryptic Alibi pretty soon. He's got a bit of a gap between Sammy though.
It'd be interesting to see if we do see Kamara Racer box this lap, because Dylan's basically effectively got the undercut, and it is. Oh, he gets a bit wayward there.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a Red Bull situation, whether to see if he reacts to his pit stop or not.
Yeah, I think he's probably got to now. Lap 16, they can go to the end as long as he's got a fresh set. But again, he's coming into pits. So Diashi retakes the lead now of the USA.
Dylan just got Cryptic Alibi already, so
yeah, those tyred advantage is just massive. He's got to make the most of these while they're fresh compared to the other drivers as well. But yeah, Diashi retaking the lead now. So the hunter now becomes the huntee, and
Shadow's just pitting as well. Sorry.
Yeah, so Dylan now becomes the hunter, and he's got about 11-12 laps now to hunt down Diashi and retake the lead. And well, Diashi still doesn't have a 3-second time penalty as of yet. So yeah, he's got to get past him, and then 3 seconds ahead of him as well. So it's a really tough. It's going to be a really tough end to the race for Dylan if he wants that win. I know he won it a lot because, well, you always want the win in Formula 1, so he's always going to want that win. He's going to want to get that Williams up into P1, but we've got a yellow flag there. Is that Jamie? It's Jamie. Jamie's.
I don't know what happened there. He lost a bit of time. I think it was it was Real Johnny,
Jamie.
I think.
No, it must have been Jamie. He's in a bit of a space.
It was the McLaren ahead. Oh, no, yeah, it must have been anyway. Yeah, Ginger Rage just cruising back in 16th there.
So, Real Johnny's just got past Marvsky. Marvsky's not having an amazing race this week compared to the last few races. But he's in P3 in the championship, but he's not in the points as of today. As RD Weeze just got passed by Reflection down the back straight. But RD Weeze going to try and make the move round the outside again into the braking zone, I presume. Is he going to try and go for the switchback, or is he going to hang around the outside? He's hanging around the outside. He's made that move.
Brilliant overtake there from RD Weeze.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, but will we see Reflection now do the switchback and throw it down the inside on the left-hand side of RD Weeze? No, Reflection thinks better of it, but Crystal Maze tries and goes for the double overtake. Makes contact there with Reflection, and Crystal Maze has made the move. Chappie's got past Crystal Maze. So Crystal Maze just got a bit impatient. I think he probably could have waited a little bit longer and just got past him on the DRS. But yeah, there's a bit impatient move there from him. But yeah, as Cryptic Alibi and Roscoe are both now in the pits, as is RD Weeze. So a lot of pit activity right now, but Diashi still leads the way.
Dylan's only 11.5 seconds behind, so can he make that up? That's 10 laps.
It's a tall order.
That's almost a second a lap he's going to have to make.
With the penalty as well, I don't think he's going to have the pace to do that, unfortunately. But Kamara Racer there only 4.5 seconds behind Dylan in P3. Reflection there in P4 on medium tyres. Sir Dave picks up another 3-second penalty. Chappie there in P5 with no penalties. Could see himself jump up the order, maybe all the way up to P3 depending on the penalty situation.
You've got Cryptic Alibi is on fresh softs behind Ginger Age here. As well, he's going to make a move, I'm pretty sure, soon. Ginger Age's not having a good race either.
Yeah, maybe not part of this, into this part of the circuit, but Marski picking up another 3-second penalty.
Yeah, ALR Vintage, Chappie, and Diashi, sorry, are the only ones not to get penalties. So Vintage here.
Shadows there is right on the rear end now of Crystal Maze. So Shadows is going to overtake Crystal Maze.
Chappie's, what's happened to Shadows here? He's lost. I don't know what's happened there.
They're battling tooth and nail now coming into this part of the track. Crystal Maze throws that Ferrari right up the inside of Shadows, makes a bit of contact there. Crystal
Maze is looking a bit desperate move there. Shadows has got him back though, brilliantly.
But Crystal Maze goes round the outside again. They've made contact on the exit.
Crystal Maze is just defending a bit too aggressively, I think.
Well, we kind of shoved him off a little bit of track there. Because Shadows did have his car alongside, so he did need to leave a bit of room there. Kamara Racer setting the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, Shadows is on fresh softs here.
He's just picked up another 3-second time penalty, has Shadows. But Vintage now getting past Marvsky, so Marvsky dropping a bit further back as well, outside the points still. Real Johnny in the pits. He's only done one lap on those mediums, so we've probably got wing damage on that on the McLaren, sorry. But Real Johnny's, he's retired from the race. Is that Crystal Maze? Has Crystal Maze made a mistake?
He has.
He has. He's lost the rear end out of the exit of turn 1. He's completely lost the front wing.
No, he's being a bit aggressive there in his defending, so whether he's just tried to do the same and lost it. Real Johnny! What's up to Real Johnny?
He's retired in the pits, did Real Johnny, unfortunately. But yeah, Crystal Maze is going to have to stop now and put for a new front wing. It's really unfortunate.
But yeah, so yeah, Shadder's there, just yeah, maybe a bit happy that Crystal Maze made that mistake there because he was causing all loads of kind
So
of
hopefully
trouble.
Crystal Maze doesn't.
He's got wing damage to it, so he's gonna have to pit again.
Hopefully he doesn't fight it
Yeah,
too hard. I mean,
yeah, he's just getting in the way of people here, but
oh, there's so many cars now that are going to try and catch him. They need to get past him before the braking zone. Oh, look at all these cars. They're just hunting him now.
yeah,
now.
I hope he doesn't.
Oh, he's just got shoved off track there quite a lot. Oh no,
I don't know what he's trying to do here.
I don't think he did that on purpose, to be honest. But
No.
That was a part of the McLaren. That was, I think that might have been part of Jamie's car. Yeah, he's got right end plate damage. This is all getting a bit messy now. Cryptic Alibi is up into P10 of that final points pair position, so he's on those fresh softs. He can start punching towards the likes of Vintage now. But Ginger Rage up to P15. This is a hell of a lot of cars in a short space of time. As yeah, Crystal Maze there. He's just getting out of the way just about for all of this lot. Yeah, that's quite smart there, getting out of the way. Oh! Was that RD Wee? RD Wee's made a slight mistake there. He hasn't got any damage though, quite luckily. But Jamie's there with wing damage, but he's going to struggle now with 8 laps to go in this race.
Marsky's in the pits. I don't know what's happened to Mars. He's got a bit of wing damage. Jamie stayed out even though we think he's picked up some wing damage.
Roscoe's got another 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, so it's a bit messy there for a couple drivers, unfortunately. But yeah, RD Wee was having a blinder of a race, but he's had to pit again, I think. Recently, so it's a bit of a shame. Ginger Rage, he's got people with faster tyres in front of him, but whether he can maybe get Jamie in the end, but he has got a lot of penalties, but so have a lot of people.
Jamie's got a lot of damage on the front.
Oh
right
yeah, Ginger Rage is going to get him, I think.
Yeah, he's got no right end plate as Jamie.
Yeah,
so
I think he should have pitted then, but I think he decided to stay out whether he thought he was going to be okay.
He's going to really struggle in that first part of the track and the last sector as well.
Yeah, Ginger Rage just needs to be careful or a bit patient. He's going to get him on the straight surely anyway, but he's quite far behind.
Yeah, Ginger Rage doesn't have a lot of battery. Jamie's got a bit more.
Yeah, I think
they've both got the DRS as well.
Ginger Rage just be careful and a bit patient around here.
Jamie's still trying to go for the move though, surprisingly. On Theo, he did try and lunge up the inside, but I think Ginger Rage could try and make a move up the left-hand side.
The way Jamie's...
Oh, he's gone around the outside. Jamie's made a bit of a mistake there. That front wing is really costing him.
Yeah, I think Ginger Rage is well there, just waiting for his right time to strike sort of thing. So, yeah, he's done well. We've seen he needs to catch... Well, I think at the minute Theo's going to catch Vintage, but Vintage hasn't got any penalties at the minute, which I think he might get a podium because of that.
Well, Vintage is too far, but he's 11 seconds.
Oh, that's true, yeah. But he
he's,
might get 10th because of it.
Chappie could potentially get a lot of positions gained. I'm not quite sure. I can't be bothered to do the maths right now.
I think he can maybe at least get 5th.
RD Wee's just got past Jamie as well as Jamie's coming into the pits. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. I mean, you're outside the points, so...
Yeah, Theo just made a move on his teammate. I
suppose you can try and take the fastest lap off someone and try and take a point of one of the other drivers. I think that's probably the best bet, unless there's a safety car now. It's probably out of the points now for Jamie and some of the others down there as well. But yeah, so Diashi's still got a 7-second lead with 7 laps to go. So Dylan's still got a lot of hunting to do if he wants to catch Diashi, because he has got that 3-second time penalty as well. So he needs Diashi to get a penalty, but Diashi's just coasting now. He's just cruising home, as he feels quite comfortable. I think he's had the free air, and that's really important at a track like this, to have that much free air as you can. But
yeah, Dylan, who's not made too much time up compared to what I think he would want to. I think Diashi's just cruising at the minute.
It was that first stint for Diashi. He got a nice 7-second advantage before the pit stop, and that I think that's pretty much what. Well, I'm not jinxing it, but he's pretty much what's won him this Grand Prix. I'd probably go as far as insane, because he's got about a 7-second lead now. So at the minute he's pretty much kept that gap to exactly what it was before he came into the pits.
Yeah, sorry, but Shadow's just looking now. I don't know if you want to check the penalty situation. So I think Shadows might have a few, but he's looking like going to get some good points here. He hasn't had a really good race since the start of Bronze this season. Silverstone, sorry. So he's got 6 seconds.
Sammy's got 21 seconds.
Sammy's got 21 seconds. So Chappie's going to get him at least, maybe Roscoe. But yeah, if
Sammy could drop outside the points at this rate with this amount of penalties.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Cryptic Alibi's got 15. Ginger Rage has only got 9. I thought he might have more than that, to be fair to him. But yeah, so Vintage at the minute, I think he can get 9th if he stays in there. Obviously, the two drivers ahead are on the faster softs, but there isn't many laps left. But yeah, Shadows is having a very impressive race here. 9-second penalties. Looks like he maybe get fourth, other than Chappie maybe catching him and maybe he can get that. But Chappie is on those older mediums, so Shadows is only going to gain that advantage and lead now. So yes, that's a good points for Alpha.
Sammy's going for the move there on Roscoe. I'm not quite sure if Sammy realises, but he's got his overtake on. No, he switched off.
But yeah, that's always a dangerous move there. We see like a lot of drivers either on the outside don't realise that the other driver's making the move there.
Yeah, someone just caught you out. Shadow's got a podium 2 races ago.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
What race was that?
That would be...
I think Singapore?
Russia? It was Japan last week and then Russia before.
Russia before, yeah. I think I might be mixing it up, maybe. I think I am. But anyway, so yeah, I think I'm mixing up with Cobalt or Brooksy. They sound similar. Well, no, they don't. But anyway, yeah, sorry. So yeah, Shadow's having a good race anyway. But yeah, I think Chappie not getting any penalties and still being 7th is really impressive. Obviously, Diashi being first, not getting any penalties, but he hasn't. He's kind of had a stress-free race, to be honest, on his own pretty much. But yeah, Sammy does like to pick up the odd penalty or two some races. Not having a good. Well, he has had a good race in terms of pace. Being 6th is pretty good. Jamie's picking up a lot of penalties now.
Dylan has now cut down that lead to 5 seconds. So,
well, maybe if Diashi just
if Diashi picks up a penalty, I think the fight is back on.
Penalty or 2, maybe. If Diashi just gets a little bit lenient and
he's not got 1 so far because I can't see him getting 2.
Yeah, maybe. But
Ginger Rage has just got past Vintage. Sorry.
All right.
Excuse me.
But yeah, so Ginger Rage getting up near the points here. I know he's got a lot of penalties, and Vintage is going to stick right behind him probably and get that off him if he does get near it. But yeah, Ginger Rage has at least shown his pace a little bit around here. I know he doesn't like the track. Vintage is going to get the move back though. It's got that DRS and the pace there. Ginger Rage is going to stick on the outside. Throw it around the outside. Oh no, he's lost it! Oh no, Ginger Rage has lost it. He spun there. That's lucky he didn't get in Vintage's way, to be honest. I think Vintage, just saw that coming maybe, but yeah, I think he just tried on the outside where there's less grip, and he just lost it. That's unfortunate for Ginger Age, did have some pace there.
Dylan just picked up another 3-second time penalty, so
that's
crucial. That's crucial.
I think he's on 3 seconds.
No, I think he's got.
Not is it 6?
Yeah.
Okay, well it's not too bad for Dylan, but I think that just confirms the win for Diashi at the minute as it stands. If nothing happens, but Dylan is catching him, so. Maybe sticking behind. I mean, if he,
I don't think you can pass him and get 6 seconds ahead of him.
If he just sticks behind, and then maybe
James has got another 3 seconds.
Like Diashi might get a bit worried at the minute. Maybe make some mistakes. You never know. It can happen quite quickly. But there is only 4 laps to go.
I think Diashi's all he's got to do now is just coast to home. I mean, he's got a 10-second buffer as it stands right now with the 2 penalties that Dylan and Kamara Racer have both got.
Yeah.
As Jamie's in
just
the pits again.
I think he just he's put on some old sets of softs. It looks like
a new set.
Oh, it looked like they were a bit used, but yeah. Yeah, not been. I mean, Jamie's had one of the best starts of the race. Well, he has had the best start of the race. He made 10 positions up in.
It's how you finish.
In half a lap. So.
Oh, as Sammy just tried to make a move there on Roscoe. Roscoe got the move back done, but Sammy's keeping it on the inside. He goes over the Verstopper, just exactly like Max Verstappen did in the last lap a few years ago. They made contact going into the penultimate corner, and Sammy's gone really wide there. He did pick up another penalty there, so he's up to about 23 seconds worth of penalties now. Is Sammy, unfortunately.
That almost looked a bit familiar there, but yeah, Sammy needs to be careful here. I think how many penalties did he disqualify? About 40? 40 seconds you disqualified?
30, I think it is.
30, yeah, Sammy needs to be careful. He's almost got enough penalties to get disqualified here, so he needs to be careful. Obviously, it does look like he might even be out of the Ginger Age. Got another 10-second penalty. Obviously, he did make that mistake, but he's still P13 at the minute. I know Marsky said even below I've got quite a lot of penalties, but I think for me at the minute, it's just I don't think Vintage has got the pace whether he can catch and get near that top 10 with having no penalties. But it is still commendable getting no penalties, because I don't think Theo might have a few. I think he might have 9 seconds.
Is Jamie? He's just getting lapped, isn't he? Sorry.
Yeah, Jamie's
but he's slowed right down, and he's just decided to.
I think he's just trying to get out of the way of all the faster drivers ahead, which is a decent thing to do.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so Sammy's just making it. These 2 guys are fighting tooth and nail now.
Yeah, Sammy and Roscoe battling out. Sammy, I think he's just racing for pride at the minute, and where he finishes on track. Oh, it's getting close again. This is getting a bit dirty here. Well, not dirty, but getting a bit close. Yeah, Roscoe's just pushed him a bit wide there. Sammy is on the soft tyres, but Roscoe has fresher mediums.
I would say it's a bit of a pride fight for Sammy at the minute because obviously he's got all of those penalties. He's just fighting for it, well...
just for fun. And,
yeah, I think we probably will see Sammy drop outside the points, I think, but obviously he's still showing us what he can do if he didn't have those penalties. So fair play to Sammy for sticking at it. He's still trying his best.
Yeah, I think... based on penalties, it's gonna the grid could be changed up quite a bit here, but I just want to see where Chappie is. Chappie's lost quite a lot of positions.
Yeah, I think his medium tyres has just started to hit the cliff a little bit.
Yeah, so he might make up. I think he might get to 5th. I think Shudders might be safe.
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that one because I know the guy's in 2nd, 3rd. I'm not quite sure how many Shudders got. I think he's got 6 as well.
Yeah, but I think Chappie might be happy with that. Obviously, making his full-time debut last race, he picked up 4 points last race, I believe. So yeah, that's a decent set of points just to keep on going. He's getting the points every week so far. I mean, it's your 2nd race, but. Still very good. RDW just picking up another 3-second time penalty there. Yeah, Sammy and Roscoe, seems like this battle's going to keep on going on. Sammy's...
he's starting to drop a little bit back now because they're both obviously
these mediums are picking
battery.
up more pace as well. Softs are losing it a bit. But
that gap at the top now, only down to about 3 seconds, so Dylan is still closing. Obviously, he does have those 2 penalties, but anything can still happen with 2 laps to go.
Vintage on these old mediums are catching RDW on these... well, still, I guess, old softs. So Vintage is just pushing, I think, in the end part of this race, just to see if he can make that extra bit of time up to maybe gain that extra position with 0 penalties, which is unbelievable. Managed to get 0 penalties around here. Yeah, it's a very. I'd just be happy about that. That's what my aim was, but I still managed to pick up 3. So yeah, Chappie just doing the same, I think, and.
Down to 2.7 now, the gap at the top.
Yeah, I don't think Dylan will have enough pace to catch him. We said he needs over a second a lap, and yeah, it doesn't seem like. It seems like maybe those softs are dying off a bit. The mediums probably have more pace in them at the minute. But yeah, I think Diashi, even though those mediums might be a bit better at the minute, or they might be similar, just sort of cruising now. There's no need to push it. Even if Dylan does catch him and pass him, he still has time in the bag. 2 penalties, so but I'm sure Diashi will want to finish. Serdave's got another penalty. Yeah, I'm sure Diashi will want to finish first on track.
Yeah, definitely. It's always better to do it. I mean, obviously penalties are part of it. Obviously, they do gain an advantage by obviously exceeding the track limit. So I don't. Well, 3 seconds is quite a lot, but
Serdave just got Crystal Maze there.
Yeah,
I don't know if Crystal Maze made a mistake. He's gotten back.
It's not 2 people that you'd usually expect to be battling between each other, but
yeah, well.
Ginger Rage gets another 3-second time penalty.
It's unfortunate for Ginger Rage, but I think points were out of the discussion. But Ginger Rage has definitely made some good moves today. I think he might be a bit more pleased with his performance than some of the recent ones. But yeah, Diashi just cruising now. He's gained a bit of time on I think a little bit, maybe a few tenths. This like the saw an arrow there. RDW just getting Vintage. I think they're sort of battling out at the minute. No, what's happened to RDW? He's lost 2 positions there. Oh no, what's happened?
He must have made a mistake, I think, RDW. Yeah,
RDW, no. I think him and Vintage were battling out a bit there. I don't know what happened exactly.
Oh, it's Dave and Crystal Mason still fighting out. This is amazing.
Oh, Diashi's got a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, yes, he has, with 1 lap to go.
Oh, I don't know what he's... Yeah, I think he's just...
I mean, he still only has... obviously, he's still got the
another penalty there.
Yeah, in his hand advantage, and obviously he's still got track position as well. So he'd still be winning at the minute, but obviously I think he's just frustrated that he couldn't get the whole race without a penalty, maybe. But
well, he's celebrating on the back straight here, halfway around the lap.
Yeah, he's still going to be obviously winning this race as long as he can get round the final half of the race. So yeah, amazing race from Diashi, you got to say. I mean, he's obviously got the pole position. He's pulled the strategy off to a T, making that soft stint in the first part of the race work to perfection, getting that gap to about 7 seconds, getting the traffic perfectly timed, coming out in that little gap into about P6. The others obviously then pitted, and then he's cruised home from then onwards. So yeah, Diashi's coming around the final corner now to win the USA Grand Prix. What an amazing win there from Diashi.
Yeah, brilliant
Amazing
drive for
job.
Diashi.
Dylan comes
Perfectly
across the
placed.
line in P2. Kamara Racer in P3 there.
Now we'll see if penalties come into play
Shadders
soon.
now, yeah, I'm not quite sure where he's going to jump up to yet. Stays in P4, I think. Roscoe P5. Sammy's going to drop down the ladder a lot, I should imagine. But where can Chappie jump up? He drops up to P5, which pushes Roscoe to P6. Sammy in P7. So Reflection up to P7 now. Sammy P8. Sammy now P9. Cryptic up to P8. Where can Theo come across? Theo jumps up to P8, sorry, so Cryptic now in P9, Sammy in P10. I think Vintage might be a bit too far back to gain any...
I think he still might gain on Sammy.
31
he might get
seconds,
that last point, maybe.
I don't think he will, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's unfortunate for Vintage.
So Sammy just about manages to salvage a point, I
somehow.
think. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how he's done that with the amount of penalties that he got. Marvsky, unfortunately, all the way down in P12. Ginger Rage having that small mistake and coming across the line in P13, unless the more penalties comes in. But and RD and Crystal Maze on the very last corner have made contact.
Oh, no.
And Sir Dave gets past RD on the very last corner. But Sir Dave, jumps into P15 and, So yeah, that's it for the USA Grand Prix. I'd get the invites out for the podium.
Jamie said he had a default setup, which might explain why he had a lot of pace at the first half of the lap, but why he made a few mistakes and lost pace in the end. But yeah, Cryptic Alibi gets driver of the day, which isn't surprising because he seems to do that quite often because he likes starting from the back, or not likes maybe. Yeah, starting from the back and picking up, getting those positions done. But yeah, so. Fair play, and we'll see if some of the drivers want to come in the interview. I know, I think Diashi might not because I think his headset's broken, unfortunately. But I'm sure we'll get Dylan in again, like we did last week. Maybe talk about his getting promoted pretty much. I think. Well, he's quite close still, but he has gained a lot on Leclerc and Marsky there, even in second.
What's that?
No, sorry. So Kamara Race is just having a really good race as well.
Yeah, so just running through the classification again. So Diashi wins the USA Grand Prix, followed by Dylan there in second place. Kamara Racer in P3, Shadders there in P4, Chappie in P5, Roscoe P6, Reflection in P7, Theo Savage in P8 after a bit of a nightmare race for him. Cryptic Alibi in from P20 to P9. Sammy salvaging the last points despite all of the penalties that he got. Vintage in P11, Marsky in P12, Ginger Age P13, Crystal Maze P14, Sir Dave picking up P15, RD Wee picking up P16, Booty Delight in 17th, Jamie in 18th, Real Johnny 19th, and Jordan in P20.
So yeah, that was an entertaining race to say the least. No safety car, so Gold's the only one with safety car at the minute. Thankfully that didn't affect the race. But yes, brilliant driving there, brilliant overtaking. Overall, very good race. And we've got Dylan in at the minute. I think he's probably the only one that's going to join. So yeah, Dylan, just tell us about your race.
What you call it? I felt like I messed up the strategy a bit because I felt I could have gone for faster with the medians, but I had to save a bit of tire management to get that one stop to work.
Yeah, I think Diashi, I mean, you would say on paper that starting on the mediums makes the most sense, but I think Diashi just getting that pace at the start, that gap of free air on those softs just paid off. But you had a really good battle. I think obviously it didn't matter in the end that you picked up those penalties, but yeah, you had a good battle with Quara Racer there for a while, but you just managed to keep ahead. I just thought you had a pretty impressive race, and that sort of brings us on to the championship, where you've gained your lead by quite a lot. Marvsky not picking up points today, Leclerc not showing up, Roscoe getting a few points today, but yeah, you're way over 100 points now compared to everyone. So yeah, not many races to go. Yeah, 118. So yeah, Leclerc's on 80 behind you, I think. Not sure how many points Roscoe got, but yeah. So I mean, 3 races to go. Looks like you're going to get promoted pretty much, unless some people have like amazing races and you don't score any points, which is unlikely. So yeah, what do you think of your season so far?
I felt the season is very good to me because it's all round season. It's to a whole was brilliant. Like what you call it, even got a race win, got in Japan,
Yeah.
and which is solidify my place in what you call in the promotion spot. So yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
like I was saying to Emerson as well. Sometimes, you're fighting for the championship rather than race wins. You just got to be smart with your strategy as well. So obviously, people would like to win races, but the championship is up for grabs for you. So I'm sure obviously your favourite to get it at the minute points wise. But are you looking forward to maybe challenging in silver next season?
um, pretty much few familiar faces to be quite frankly. Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, yeah. I'm looking forward to battling with faster guys in silver, like of Tommy, Mushroom, and yeah,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
looking forward for a challenge.
Yeah, well, you definitely one of the fastest drivers, obviously in bronze. So yeah, it'd be great to see you racing silver. Obviously, it does get a lot quicker. It's a lot tighter up there, but I'm sure that you can impress in silver like you have done in bronze. So yeah, just congratulations on your another podium, as well as the other
Thank
drivers,
you.
and yeah, you're doing well in the season so far. But yeah, that's it for this round of bronze. Next week we've got Mexico, which is another difficult track for penalties, which a lot of people didn't enjoy today. So yeah, we'll see you next week, and well, again tomorrow for COBALT. But yeah, next week we'll see you in Mexico. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and goodbye.